Ramos gets the screen. The roll. McGee in the paint. That's a great job by Carr. They got 2 seconds to get a shot off, and Fears nearly banked it in. Really good defense by the Cats.
Ravi, Kentucky, I talk about it all the time, Ravi. If you can't handle it, it's going to knock you out of a tournament. And Kentucky's so good with Williams and Carr both rolling out of.
Yeah, Fears pretty. You talk about scorers. He's one of them. It's a Williams you're charging at, and he is.
With the hand strength of Butler is as good as you're going to find for a defensive guard and a loose ball gatherer.
Fears 3, no, that one rattled out.
A huge challenge for this young freshman.
Now he will take it, not make it. So we mentioned he had 29 last night. That was
a point guard making plays.
Taylor, Fears replaced him. He still has not knocked a 3 down, and that's going to be a foul.
You got to break the wrist of that defender, Ravi, and get yourself open time and time again.
Yeah, another good shooter is Forsythe, and you wonder if Fears was going to be a little gun shy in shooting, and he's open.
Kentucky backing off the non-shooters.
4 seconds, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Fears steps into another one, forced there, and that's going to be, and was off balance. He didn't take it. Throws it up with his left, challenged again. Carr just held his ground. A pretty good job by Williams setting the check back in. As Fears penetrates against Chandler. He's deep, and he lays it up and in.
That's how he can get going, Fears. Again, the number of fouls that he's...
And another empty trip for the Cats. Fears. Boy, is he tough. And yeah, you're right, Jimmy. All of a sudden, a couple of penetrating twos. Taller Garrison on him. He'll kick it to Taylor, who'll take Noah to the baseline. Fears. Yeah, that one looked a lot better. A set shot right over Garrison for 3.
Well, Garrison was afraid.
Fears dances around Williams. That was awfully impressive.
He's awfully good just inside that three-point line.
Entire crowd here. Fears step back. Carr got a piece of it. That's how the half will end. Elvis the handoff. Late kick to Fears. The penetration. A little too strong with a kiss, but it stayed on the rim and fell down.
Well, he sells that portal. He's known as an elite shooter. His game has developed under Mark Pope.
Fears a long 3. No. A pull-up 2 isn't allowed at all schools.
No, it's not. He could not.
Chandler again. High arcing 3. That's way off. Moore. Oh, what a play. What a catch by Fears. And then he got his body, so he just energized anytime they get a lead. And here they go to their feet, up 4.
And the job that Mark Pope has done in year 1, from the opening press conference and the entrance to Rupp Arena with a bus with his former teammates, has pushed all the right buttons and has not been easy with all the injuries and adversity.
Elvin, you can just see the presence of Williams and the impact it has on Oklahoma's offense. Fears. That's no good.
He is a monster in the second half. He's also been fouled 8 times in this game.
Continuation for Fears as he knocked that one down. They set it up for Fears. He curls for a 3. He got it. Jeremiah Fears. Moser loses. May settle down to try to win this thing. He drives, lays it up with his left, and it's in. And Oklahoma with 5.6. Great play by Fears. Look at him push. Denied there, and there were a couple of Bulldogs ready to make sure that on this team decided to go back to Georgia. When they got there, they both said it's nice to be home again. Their grandmother used to work in the president's office at Georgia as the 3 is dropped by Fears. Oh yeah, Oklahoma's been terrific, 5 of 7 from three-point land. Wow, man, Fears, no fear there.
Plays.
He's got 9. Fears, who's dribbling, has got 8 in this game. He gets it back. He rises. He buries it. Jeremiah Fears
One with a lot of minutes with 3 small guards. And they try to find a mismatch with one of them. Let him go to work.
Fears, great play with an extra level of elevation.
Good grief. Will he go back to the middle ball screen, hit the roll guy? It's been good to him 2 of the last 3 possessions. That's
Fears,
deep.
yeah, that is too deep. They've missed their last 2.
Right, that was a no pass.
Fears step back. A little long. Wuggy got stuffed by the basket. He's able to pick up his own. Fears, yep, knocks down another one.
You can't come off of Fears.
No, that's a bad pass there from Asen Newell. Here comes Fears one-on-one with Kane. Steps through, wild shot. They are within 1. Luke Kane's been in the middle of it. Fears, boy, an ankle breaker. He cannot complete it. He sent Demery to the floor.
Like a dog food, but boy, can that dude play.
Name like a dog food. Okay, Fears to the rack.
Right, Blue Cane. If you care about your pet, Blue Cane.
Difficult pass. Fears picks it. Now he just had 2. Let's see if he wants to fire again. All the way. Yes, he does. He's got the last 4.
That is some special juice that Fears had. You may have saved 2 points right there.
Fears, he will launch, and that's too strong. They're not going to make the same number of threes. They have missed 7 of their last 8. Fears decides to go to the rack, throws it up. He absorbed the contact of Newell and makes it.
He is so good.
Elvis feeling it right now. Fears has 5. He and Kane step back, created space, and threw up one that hit the back iron. Looking for a high screen. Now goes to work. Throws it up, no good. Offensive rebound, Wuggy, and that may be the difference.
Certainly in the paint. And the other side of it, too, is, Jeremiah Fears and,
Fears rejected by Kent. More importantly, maintain.
Man, that's a sugar bomb right there.
It's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
Northweather remains on the floor. He just picked up the personal. Fears his first shot, and he comes up short.
And you see Kendall Weaver.
And the lead at 6. OU a member of the last 4 in, rather. Texas part of the first 4 outs. According to Jolin, held on late to win by 4 in Norman.
And the difference with Northweather is he can stretch a defense from the 3-point line as well.
Fears too strong. Goodine gets it back. Taylor. Elvis defended by Pope. Fears has been held in check thus far, coming off a career-high 31. Left side of the rim with a 3. SEC. Sooners get the first possession. Jeremiah Fears and Trey Johnson without a field goal in the first half. Nearly changed there. Fears missed the layup.
Mindset was going to be.
Fears the Euro pass out to Goodine. And the 3 is in and out.
That was way down and out, wasn't it? My goodness.
The under 16 media timeout. Fears picked up by Larry, split the double team. Couldn't finish. Northweather can. And a chance for 3. Again, earlier today at shoot-around. I'm not sure if it's because you were in the house and you're a former Hog, but he doesn't hog the basketball if the shot isn't there. Fears connects, and the first field goal, unafraid. He and Larry into the backcourt, stolen by Fears, who jams it home.
Way to the opposite corner.
There's the numbers on the Sooners. Their last 4, they have been electric. Fears rejected by Mark. On the stair. Have that 3-point shot in the arsenal. Shot clock at 5. Fears behind the back on the much taller Kaluma. Shedrick has it for the Horns. 5 to shoot for Fears. Picked up by Shedrick. Drop back 3. No. And Miles dribbled it away from the body. Somehow maintains the possession. Fears rejected. Shedrick got there. Pope behind the back.
And this is from a interior play.
Mitchell had a career-high 25 in the first meeting between these teams. There's Jeremiah Fears escaping the pressure and reversing one in. Missouri Ball Club. They run Bates off the three-point line. They lost it to Jalen Moore. Hit ahead for Fears, and he will finish.
Well, excellent rotate ball game. He's been dominant in many ways.
And now Grill and others left to try to guard Fears. Oh, what a move. Fake spin, drop it home. Handles, step back and fire. That's off. Oklahoma 10-point lead as Fears attacks. Tough floater, banks it home. He's got all the tricks in the bag.
This coach beat. Dennis Gates feels like he can go 14, 15 deep when healthy.
Fears online with a 3. His first try from 3 land.
Whoever they have out there, they will score enough points. It's, do they take care of it, and do they get stops down at this end in the half court?
Instead, it's Oklahoma getting us. Attack mode against Cruz all the way to the window, but missed. Wagee up with it and in. That's a
bucket like that from Cruz, Chad. That reminds everybody his ability to get hot from there as well.
Fears tries to counter it. Coming off the glass. Side. Bates staying in front of Fears. And he got into no man's land. Just left his feet, couldn't shoot it, wanted to pass it.
Schultz to continue to flow down that left side. And they're right there, points off turnovers for Missouri.
Mitchell's got a dozen, and Fears has got another bucket and another trip to the foul. Along the baseline, Godine. He saves it out for Fears. His leaner banks home. So composed. Got Mitchell locked up on him now. Shot clock is at 5. Fears. No, with the left hand, and there's Grill.
Good defense right there. Good half-court defense.
5 tries tonight. Jalen Moore secures his 6th rebound. And Oklahoma can feel maybe their biggest win of the year. Fears to the rim and in. Maybe the icing on the cake.
The line one up. Both teams been slow to get their offense going, but a clean look for Ole Miss.
Fears starting to dance with it. Not a good shot.
Well, Oklahoma needs to settle down and get into their offense. Allow Padula to get his rhythm, setting up his man so he can rise into that pull-up J. Sweet shot.
There goes Fears. That's his first bucket of the ball game.
And that's a positive there for Oklahoma.
Kobe Elvis leads the way with 6 points for Oklahoma. Fears, they sidestep 3. And Padula tracks down the miss.
Makes her hard to come.
Oklahoma with advantage, a 5-on-4 with Barnes trying to get back in the play. Open man is Fears. And on the rebound, they're going to call the foul on Oklahoma.
The skip passes are usually open against a team that loads up.
Fears, another sidestep 3. He's just taking bad shots, and Porter Moser immediately goes to his board, but that was good D by Fears to fight off the big man and poke it away. There he goes, puts his head down all the way to the rim, plus the foul. Jeremiah Fears would.
Well, I was going to say that's one for Malik Dia. If you're a post player, you got to learn how to post up against smaller players too.
Fears contorts his body, lays it in, and the lead for Ole Miss.
SEC play, because you continue with the quality game opportunities.
Fears, fade away, nothing but oxygen. Field, get out the way.
Beautiful move in transition by Brakefield.
But Fears, sensing the defense wasn't set, comes back missing.
And to extra free throws in the ball, just on a hustle action.
10 minutes to play in the second half. Fears
It's 4-on-4, throwing it up. Good job by Goodine to swipe it away. Now Fears behind the play will lay it in for an easy deuce.
Great team play on the defensive end.
Padula is a bad man. 9-point lead for Ole Miss. Fears downhill, rejected by Davis. Smith with Godwin in his grill.
Unbelievable. The reverse with the English, spectacular.
Fears off the mark. And Barnes.
4 minutes of ball games that you have to show up big time to close it out.
Fears, nice dribble, working on Dia. That one's off Barnes. It'll stay with Oklahoma.
Euro 0 for 2. Here's Fears left open for a moment. Off the back iron.
And Amari Williams has been playing high-level basketball in a role that's been different when you don't have the guards out there, and he's been handling it so well.
Fears in traffic, the spin and the finish.
There's a look at what this
lead. Here's Duke Miles. Not sure what that pass was, but he got away with it. Bryson Goodine too strong. Fears. Goodine missed the tip. Carr comes in. Top of the key for Fears, and the runner off one leg.
Good action there by Oklahoma. Took their time in the half-court set, moving
in off the heel. Both coaches talk with us about transition defense. Fears had a chip shot, no. McGee, no.
Good strip down. But it's more so his performance that he wants to make up that he had against in his last outing and wants to continue to get back to high-level basketball.
Fears, no. That's his second miss at the rim. Lamont Butler checks back. Good eye. Seven to shoot. Fears. One of the foul. Godwin inside. Jeremiah Fears against Robinson. Brilliant finish with the left hand.
This is a huge opportunity for Oklahoma against a tough Kentucky team.
Elvis outside to Fears. Fears in traffic again. McGee working hard, but it's ripped away.
Hit the ball. You got to have to finish those possessions with strong rebounds, and the box out is very important.
Fears, a variety of moves in traffic, and the Sooners lead again for the first time since it was 4. Fears. Brea clears. Shot clock is off. Fears on the move. Jeremiah Fears lays it up and
in. Outstanding.
And Kentucky, 6 of 14 now from behind the arc. Fears, mid-range. Butler a rebound. Brea, no. Miles finally pulls it down. Over to Fears. Rejected by Garrison.
Good shot blocking skills by Brandon Garrison. Nothing but positive things to say about Otega Oweh. A phenomenal two-way player with a defensive matchup right here.
Shot clock at 3. Fears forced it up, nearly banked it in.
Good contest by Oweh. He has.
We asked him earlier today, who do you try to pattern your game after? Is there 1 or 2 players in the league? Fears, the bucket. Oklahoma back in front, and he said it's in attack mode. To Taylor. Shot clock at 8. Fears in traffic, and we're tied at 77.
Wow, that was a tough.
Kentucky back in front. Fears the other way. Timer down to 3. Fears blocked. Kentucky finds a way on the road.
Got some strength, and Matthews is a leader in that department. He's a Swiss Army knife. He can do a little bit of everything, but Nwoko right here is a really long drink of water.
Ooh, Fears with a step back. Pure shot for Jeremiah, point guard this season. Matthews lost the handle. Little contact. Oklahoma on the run out. Jeremiah Fears with the stuff.
Again, I like
immediately. Guys like Jeremiah Fears, deservedly so, get all kinds of credit and all kinds of headlines. And again, not to take anything away from Jeremiah Fears.
Strong job by
but the production has gone down over the last handful of games for Jalen Moore.
If they're going to turn it around, they got to get him going.
Godwin with an offensive rebound. Elvis, ball fake.
Slowly and not try to hit the home run.
Bryson Goodine. They got his defender, Jones, way off of his feet. Now Fears off a screen lets the three go. Oklahoma has missed 7 of its last 8 shots. They get another chance here. And Mississippi State.
No ball movement, and he gets right to the rim and able to dish it off. Too easy.
Bulldogs in front by 5. Fears trying to get to the rim. Up with the left hand. What a pretty scoop.
Fears says if you can take it off and no.
Lost the handle, then left it short. That's another rebound for number 10 in white. Fears left alone. 3 on the way and good for number 0. Time stops. Shot clock at 5. Moore had it deflected, so no travel. Here's Fears. Shot clock under 3. 3 on the way. And it goes for Jeremiah Fears. Jeremiah Fears going downhill, gets it over to the left hand. It's tipped around. Mississippi State comes away with it. Jalen Moore, 15.6 rebounds today. He finds Fears all alone. Fears turned down the 3 with Murphy closing in. Now he lets it fly. That one's short, but an offensive rebound. Elvis tries. Fears on the drive, cut off, steps back to find a little space. How about that teardrop from Jeremiah Fears?
Hand off to Miles. He's in the paint and has to kick it. Fears, that's an open 3. 3-point shooting, both teams cold to start.
For Oklahoma to get off to a good start in this game. They got a gut punch on Saturday, losing at home to LSU, a game they had won all the way to the last 30 seconds.
Nice nifty touch off the window there for Jeremiah Fears. The leading Swift may have grabbed the arm. Fears one-on-one and a nearly impossible shot. Great work on the glass, and Houck will get whistled now. Fears still plenty of time on the shot clock as he rises and buries it. That felt a little Trey Johnson-like in the game we just. Clayton Jr. leading the way. He's got 8. Good time penetration. Wow. He just backed his defender, Martin, out of the way.
Great job.
Pushed out of the way on the way back by Sam Godwin. Officials didn't see it. Fears floater. Too strong, and there's hand locking.
No, but it's good offense, though.
Now he tries to take the big guy, and he'll kick it. He's got to get it off quick. He does. Oh, and he knocked it down, and Don Daly just wants to make sure that he got that one.
Ravi, to your point about Auburn, if Auburn wins the regular season, Bruce Pearl should be the National Coach of the Year. I mean, this is historically the toughest league in all of college basketball, and Florida is lighting them up.
A wide open 3. Boy, did they need that. That's no good. And Clayton has it. Excellent relocation by Fears. Really well done.
Big time offense by Oklahoma to keep that ball moving. Some dribble weave.
No on the 3, and he hit the ground. No foul against Oklahoma. Hints that people can make, and you know, when you get on planes and you're a little guy or a little girl, they used to hand out wings.
Yeah.
You should come up with Jimmy the Jet wings and hand them out when you're walking campus. Can you imagine what? It's been a while since Fears buried one, so he reminds everybody he's still in this game, and now 17
for a lot of teams
in this conference.
Yes, that's the 5th guard that Florida has.
There's help. Look at Farrell. He's smiling on the way back up.
Often can be that pressure release 2 or 3 times a game for him.
And they already have that guy who's just sitting on the bench right now in a boot. There's a 3. That guy is an absolute pure shooter and Fears.
Juice. And it'll be interesting to see the juice that Jimmy Butler brings towards the end of the NBA season.
Yeah, so many great former Sooners excelling at the next level.
And a lot of that middle corridor ball screens. You're going to see a lot of that action. Do you blitz it? Do you show hard? But you can't let them get downhill.
Fears offline on the runner. Ball back to LSU. Rebound margin on a game-to-game basis. After the Gibbons three, this is Duke Miles quickly into the front court. Fears lines up the three and hits it. First triple for Fears. Reed since early December, and today playing without Corey Chest. Back spasms pregame, and then he was made unavailable. Cam Carter denies Fears that time, but Fears sticks with it and gets the foul.
Good job by the young fella getting some of their games on tape and then seeing them against Ole Miss. They can get very stagnant in the half court. They have a lot of athleticism in the open floor. They're a much more dangerous team.
Wow, Collins, he's 3 of 9 from the floor. So he's been a little off. Fears has it now. Jeremiah Fears rises high. That time it was Iverson style with the shot blocker. Good iron in transition. They're looking into Fears' hands. Always feels dangerous when he has it. Pulls it. Misfires. Ball back.
Looks like something that he might be able to come back and play with.
That is 18 points and their best player on the bench today. Fears drains the three.
And they are going to have to start shifting their defense and really crowding that roll because they are getting right at the rim.
Fears wants it. A bit strong. Godwin couldn't get his hands on it. And then that's a fat Carter. Wild layup. Rebounded down to Moore. For Oklahoma, they don't want to take a bad home loss to a 1-10 league team. Jeremiah Fears, foot on the gas, coast to coast. In a critical one for the Sooners in Norman. Fears has it, starting to improvise. Step back, left it way short. Might have been tipped. Shot clock doesn't reach on 3:15.
It's closing time, and they're going to have to get some rebounds with this small lineup. Maybe some steals.
Fears watches it. Oh, it swirls off. The set down 2. Fears has it. They got to do something here. 5 seconds. This is Fears, the rookie. Gathers, puts it up. No! LSU takes it. No time on the clock.
Sets up an open three. And a miss there for the offensive rebound. Great hustle by Godwin. Mid-range jumper, no good. Tapped around. Oklahoma will get a third try. Many mistakes.
I don't know that he's Missouri's best player, but he makes everybody else around him better.
How about most valuable player? Certainly has been the biggest addition.
Now Oklahoma needs a good trip.
Fears has been quiet. And he'll remain that way as he missed the lefty.
I love the drive. That's the one you got to make.
He's building a case because they're going to have a 7-game stretch of top 25 opponents. I've never seen that in years of covering the sport. There's an and one and a much needed stop. Oklahoma's on the right side of that bubble, but a road win would go a long way during this difficult stretch. Fears can't find it. Mitchell crashing. Another. Fears gets the ball in front court as we are at 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Fears can't connect near the rim, might have gotten blocked. Mark, you're pretty good on the old balance game, aren't you?
How do they do that? How do you even practice it?
We're just happy if you can go up a flight of stairs without falling.
Again, I don't like guys that hesitate. Fears was
trigger on a three.
You got to be careful now because the rec league game may break out.
Goodine finds Fears. Oh no. This has not been one of the better games for the talented freshman. Oklahoma's gone over 3 minutes without scoring a point. Fears, there's the finish, and there's a chance at a three-point play the hard way. Play on the next whistle. Fears blows by Gray on the hedge out, and then gets another and one opportunity, and that'll bring us to a timeout. When we 7 on the shot clock for Fears. Fears off of 1 foot. I don't know if crowd wants it to go to the freshman. Marshall got it, but missed it. Fears, no. Moore, yes.
Giving Oklahoma anything easy.
Especially for this guy, Fears. He's had a target on his back tonight. Nothing easy for the freshman.
8 gets you in. the NCAA tournament in terms of league wins. Oklahoma is one of those teams that is only at 3. Their overall resume is better than most because
I think it's great when Ziegler gets into the lane, but if he gives up his dribble, that's going to be tough to pass out.
Fears, the freshman, first shot attempt, banks it in. OU starts 2 for 2 against
bad situation.
Jeremiah Fears back to the floor for Oklahoma. Luke Northweather sees the court for the first time. Deep three is short, a couple of times short for Fears. Parton in 1980. 5'9" Zakai Ziegler. Gainey turns it over to Taylor. Fears racing down the floor. Boy, the thigh looked good there.
I mean, let's be honest. Like,
it is the first time I've heard that, yeah.
All right. Next person who uses it, just know. You know where it came from.
You are the originator. Fears misses a 3. We all need to be known for something.
Get to dedicated spots, and I think that gives them an advantage when teams switch.
By the way, John, I've been told that's a kill, not a spike. My volleyball apologies.
Yeah.
Rattled out by Fears.
Forbid, don't get that.
Couple of early threes, but did not score most of the half. Godine and Elvis combined for just 2. Fears absolutely smothered by Meshack. And then the ball saved by
Right, he said they set good screens, right?
Said it's like you have to play through 10 screens of possession. Very deep 3. Fears misses it. Cleanly. Anyway, the answer will be yes. Thank you for participating in my made-up exercise. Fears elbow jumper is good. Just his 3rd make of the day.
Fears from straight away, knocks down the 3. Calmly, the freshman looks like he belongs.
The biggest difference between how low Auburn was then with basketball versus where they are now.
Night and day, but it's all Bruce Pearl. It's 100% Bruce Pearl. You know, Bruce Pearl.
That's a team rebound from Oklahoma. Fears lowers his shoulder, and it's Baker Mazar with a strip from behind. And it's Northweather with another board. His 3rd. Fears trying to go coast to coast, puts it up, nothing doing.
Yeah, a little freshman moment that time, 1-on-4, just to continue to get looks. Offensively, they're doing just fine.
Fears going against Broom, puts on the brakes, and Broom stayed down to get the block.
From erupting in this building.
Fears had it swatted. Still time. Miles does get it off, but he doesn't hit iron.
Shot came further.
Porter Moser wanted Northweather to get that shot up there. Now Fears a tough turnaround as Jones is now down on the floor.
And then the first SEC player with 15, 10, and 2 blocks since Shaquille O'Neal back in 1992.
Woo! Cardwell just flexing on him.
Overs, and they don't turn the ball over very often.
Here's the freshman Fears. Now to Miles. Fears with a long 3 and rattles that one home. Fears just 20 hands defensively.
And this is a good matchup. Magnon guard Jalen Moore. I think Jalen Moore can be an all-league player by the end of this. He's playing like it so far this season.
Boy, there's Fears and what he can bring at 6'4".
It's tough for Oklahoma to find easy looks. Help and recover. That's the guy Vanderbilt can't leave open.
And they did, and Fears misfires. Magnon, Edwards. It's to the tall timber, taken away by Fears. 2-on-1 run out. Fears guarded by Tanner, and off of Fears. Well, there was a lot of contact
for teammates.
Fears dumps it inside. Fears right to the rim. Too easy for Jeremiah Fears.
It could be a different
second half. Fears working on Tanner.
Wow, she good off the bounce. Yeah. Really good.
Woo. There is no doubt he's a different more over here right in front of us waiting to catch and shoot, and there it is. Misses badly. Now Fears will try for 3. That's no good. Carry the rebound and a foul. Ten minutes to go. Here's Fears working on Carey. Reverse layup. Everybody in the building thought he was going to give it up. In and out. Boy, how many shots from Vanderbilt have spun out?
And I tell you what's impressive, Dave. Both teams, all players getting back defensively when you don't think you're in the play. Wow, let's watch this kid play.
Fears. Fears chasing it down, trying again. Nice. Finally, Vanderbilt. Tough shot. Grant Huffman hanging in the air.
The degree of difficulty Vanderbilt has had to try to score with. My goodness. It's a show.
Sonny, it is for him. He's a triple-double waiting to happen. He's had a couple of games where he's had double-figure points and 9 rebounds, 8 assists. And it just keeps doing it. It is.
It's a show.
And right here, that's going to be the key. The ability to move that A&M defense. It's not easy. Great rim protection there, but Jeremiah Fears is fearless. And he can't shoot that three. You saw right there. Good pump fake, good decision. Plays under control.
Strong drive to the rim. Fears couldn't get it to go, and then he's the first to touch it. Buzz Williams wants his team to take predictable shots because offensive rebounding is such a part of what they do. There's an offensive rebound for Goodine. How about another offensive rebound? Then it's taken away. Fears ends up with it. Pushes the ball all the way down, trying to go coast to coast, and got to the rim.
Of you, my friend.
I will hear no disparagement of the public school system in the state of Mississippi. Thank you very much.
No, not for
Fears has it roll off the rim. And a rebound to start things off for.
Here comes Duke Miles. Miles hits the crossover, kick out, Fears, long three. Good. The freshman. That's good execution right there by Oklahoma. It's spinning and almost winning. That one rolls off. Here comes Fears. And then rejected by Big Z. Fourth in the SEC. And I want to see him get some easy looks to see if he can get back in his scoring rhythm. Here's the freshman. Oh, how about the move? High off the glass, got nothing though. And Thiero, 5 Oklahoma turnovers. So they have not scored any points off those turnovers. Fears. His little runner's no good. Batted around. Wagner comes, missed the drive. Duke Miles pushing it back the other way. He'll pull it back out. Fears, the freshman drives and lays it in. Great athletic ability. Fears, shot blocked, but goaltended. Thrown away and stolen. McGee, the Taylor, the Fears, it's good. Sooners up 2. It's the winning play. Dribble handoff, and Davis responds. Fears missed it. Season high 18.
Mary Boyle, they really like each other. They play well together. They share the basketball with each other.
Fears with a floater. Got that one to go. Nice job by the young man who just turned 18. Use it, that's for sure. Here's Kobe Elvis. Hands it off to Fears. Jeremiah goes left hand the whole way.
They have to stop Fears' penetration. By that I mean the physicality, the athleticism around the rim, no easy finishes.
Step back from Fears, no good. Rebound to Pringle.
That's where Davis is better, when he's a receiver instead of an initiator. He's really a good shooter on a catch and shoot situations.
Loose ball picked up by Davis.
Oh, he's going to be on it.
I was going to say, yeah.
He's the ringer.
Fears, haven't heard from him since early in this game. Can't get that one to go down. Jeremiah with 9. Fears. Ugasit defends him nicely. Long rebound to Goodine. Fears. In and out. Tapped around a couple of times to Pringle. Ugasuk. Nice take to the rim. Rebound to Forsythe. Up ahead to Fears. Open floor. Takes it himself.
Fears is so good at
Well, you get a guy 6'11" out there knocking home threes. That'll change the dynamic a little bit. Now here's Fears. He misses everything.
Where you just kind of keep him on the low block and bring the ball to him.
Fears. Oof. That was wide right by about a foot.
It's just starting, Dave. It's not like it's at the middle or the end. I think it's at the beginning with the recruits that she's got coming in. The fan base.
It was a tough start to SEC play in their first go at it, but see what this one will do is they kind of break the seal. They will pick up their first conference win.
Porter Moser tonight. Kobe Elvis begins on the bench. Bryson Goodine gets the start. That hot shooting three-point specialist. Jeremiah Fears high off the glass. Get it then. Fears attacking and finishing. Oh, he's creative when he starts to penetrate. Crossover by Fears. Well, the handles certainly are there early. That's a three.
But that's the area of his game he struggled a little bit with all the contact on those handoffs.
Fears left open behind the back. And a finger roll. He's got 6.
But you can tell he's much more comfortable
shooting. Fears a rebound.
I think Fears has got to attack here.
He'll do that against Mark, the pump fake, and then rejected by Shedrick with a help side. No, Mark, you can sense Goodine just trying to get free. All he needs is an inch. Try to get that three-point shot off. Fears.
And Oklahoma on the other.
5-second differential for the shot and game clock now. Here's Fears. Stop and go. Short. Now the timer is off, and Texas can play for the final. Stolen by Taylor. Ahead to Fears. Lays it up and in. The lead down. Nearly lost his balance. Fears. High off the glass. Moore was fouled on the rebound. Of the Longhorns, 21 points in the second half. Fears crept in, found a way to the bucket. Jeremiah Fears stuck on 12. Fears weaving his way through traffic, spins it home. The lead down to 4. I didn't even have to ask the question. Fears connects from downtown. And the lead back to 4 with quickly. Fears has to go. Gotta go. Contested 3 is short. And Texas finds a way.
Trade's been scoring at almost 16 points per game. But he's one of those guys, he doesn't force it up. Fears with some space over Newell off the mark. And it'll be Georgia basketball. Ahmed McGee. Here's Jeremiah Fears from the corner. His 3 off the mark, and on the rebound, a foul. And Georgia missing the front end of the 1-and-1. Here's Jeremiah Fears on the breakout, and we have got a tie game. Fears can't get around Godfrey as he pins that one out of bounds. 4.9 remaining on the shot.
Georgia invites you to drive the basketball, but they've got those 2 rim protectors in there, and you better go strong.
Fears from the logo had to beat it with the shot clock, and a new possession for Oklahoma. Fears the straight line drive, another block. And 1 minute to play here in this first half. Fears, runner, off the mark. He is 1 for 7 from the floor, 2 points. Fears, jumper, mid-range, off the mark. And that one off of Kane. It'll stay with.
Grow as a player, but other guys have stepped up and are really playing well right now.
There is Fears, a deep three, too strong. Rebound to Demery Jr. Oklahoma patient here in their offensive half-court set as Fears turns the corner. Surreal pins it off the board.
That's what he's in there for.
Defensive position. Godine sneaking free for three, off the mark, and it's Fears tracking down the board. Surreal, another block. How high did he get to?
These two teams once Big 12 rivals. Fears launches. He misfires on his first shot, and there to clean it up. Will have to overcome it.
That's a good sign for Texas A&M. Payne making 2 free throws, just 51% on the year.
Fears got to the rim and then shot it too hard off the glasser. Coleman rejected. Clean block. Wagee on the swat. Fears in traffic, absorbs the contact and knocks it down. Led this game most of the way. Fears, he's not going to pass that up. That's why he is an elite outside shooter. Fears again, passed up the three, shoots the mid-range, pure.
How good does that look?
So where does the offense come from? You would think this man right here, the freshman phenom with 7 to shoot, wants a ball screen, gets it, launches, missed it, rebound, rejected. Lead for A&M since it was 6-5. Fears airmails one. Here comes under 2 minutes to play. Fears, the freshman, fearless in the lane, got it to go.
I like the way he created.
Missed it, got to get it out quick. Here comes Fears from about 75. No! And the Aggies.
Point attempts in the country. They will get it up here tonight.
And not only do they get them up, they get them up early. When they get off in transition and like to run, if they find a shooter, they can knock it down.
Inside, Godwin is rejected by
his ability to make defenders bounce off of him.
Here comes Fears the other way. Getting downhill fast, missing at the rim. And now Alabama looking to run. Phylon.
Both these teams trying to fill each other out in the opener of SEC play. Heavy on the guard play in this game, but you still got to find the matchup to give you an advantage.
Good D there by Chris Youngblood, the transfer from South Florida. The mark, it's pulled down by the freshman Fears. Fears wide open. And 3 too strong.
And that's a shot to Jeremiah Fears. Known left-hand driver, able to get his shoulder into the defender and get all the way to the cup.
Fears has not been able to get going yet off the mark. He is now 0 for 5 from the floor to start this game. Fears with a mismatch, goes high off the glass, off the mark. He is 0 for 6 to start this game. The rebound to Moore. Fears open, pulls from deep. And he's complaining to the officials. He thought there was
that he can get his confidence going, and then he'll be able to hit the outside shot.
Got to credit the defense of LeBaron Phylon. Hand in the face, forcing the miss. And
Elijah Martin.
Jeremiah Fears back on the floor for Oklahoma, spinning away from the D, and that is his first field goal of the game. Comes here, almost gets a hard screen from Godwin.
Get your head on a swivel.
Fears, pump fake, and a step back three. He's now hit back-to-back shots. Fears wants it with 6 on the shot clock. That's defender on his hip. And the elbow jumper goes. That's now 3 in a row for Fears.
And you see them championship.
8 minutes to play here in the second half. Fears probing his flip off the rim.
Talking about obviously in the top 10, but I have to go with the Ole Miss Rebels and what Chris Beard has going on. Has some really good players transferring in. Obviously, you have a head coach that has the pedigree of getting to Final Fours and Nationals. You've been able to see it in this second half. As you mentioned, Jeremiah Fears with 11 points in this second half. His first taste of SEC play.
A lot of length from Alabama, getting another block there. Fears that step back. That's a deep two. He has been hot in this second half. That is his.
To Jeremiah Fears. When he rebounds, he's a one-player fast break. As he gets himself to the rim all the way, that's going to be a goaltend as the ball hit the backboard before Marcel Bryant sent it away.
See why they like him. He's got really good hands and a soft touch. Can play that 4-5 and give them a little versatility offensively.
And there's Fears with back-to-back buckets for the Sooners, just so smooth. 5 to shoot now as Elvis tries to get free from Elijah Terry. Fears, foul line jumper, and fouled. Just enough height. He is a true 6. Went out the guard spot. Tillman couldn't get one off over Luke Northweather. He turned it over. And here's Fears attacking, sprinting across the lane to bank it home.
Just how smooth is that? I mean, Lee.
Picked 7th in the preseason poll in the SWAC, but each of the top 7 teams received at least one first-place vote. Wegee pursues that miss by Fears. No reset of the shot clock. And here comes Godine for the Sooners. Fears, his 3 is off the mark. Rebounded by Jordan Tillman. 5. Reset to the freshman. Tough for Sawyer to stay in front of him here. Fall away 3 this time. No. And into the arms of Tillman. Taylor Jr. had that pass batted down. 5 to shoot now. Fears got to make a play. He's pretty good at that, as we have seen from time to time. Loose ball. Panthers have done a good job against Fears after the initial 5 minutes until now, and that's going to be a goaltend on Elijah Terry. And Fears has 13.
Taylor and Moore in there, essentially at the 4 and 5. I mean, you really have 5 guards out there.
And Fears cashes in, just leaning over the top of the defender.
Good timeout.
They reviewed one. But Jeremiah Fears got a goaltend call to his advantage and said it was a goaltend. This time he says, I don't need to worry about a goaltend.
And that time Terry's.
So he gets the opening bucket for the Bears.
And that's the thing about Taylor. He obviously shoots the 3 great, which we've talked about, but he's got a little mid-range game, a lot of moxie offensively, can be deceptive at times.
Jalen Moore's second. Moore had it stripped briefly. Late shot clock situation. Fears, this is a one-on-one against Cato. Ball fake, stripped out of bounds with 4.6 left to shoot. The other way comes Fagbemi. And it's stolen from him by Duke Miles. Hit ahead. Fears finishes at the rim.
Deep, difficult places already this season.
Porter Moser's gone to the bench for 4 fresh players here. Fears remains out there. Misses that 3. That rebounds. Elvis trying to free himself, but can't from Cato. Now Fears has got to go make a play. Has the quickness advantage over Eaton, and he just buries the jumper over the big man.
Just plays more minutes. Understanding the speed and pace of this level, and it changed everything. Because now everybody else can be who they are. Specifically a guy like Miles. Job of not giving up on the play. Getting that offensive putback right there.
Central Arkansas hanging around. They've got it back down to 7. Fears fall away, no. Wegee springs.
Absolutely for them. It's really Taylor, Cato, and Fagbemi. Those are the 3 that typically carry you offensively.
Fears goes right to the window, and the freshman converts. He's got 6 points this afternoon. 3 of the game. He's got 7 points. Fears hesitates but gets himself free from the foul line, and a friendly Lloyd Noble center roll on the.
We see Cato's release, Taylor's release, and then obviously a big part of them shooting it well today is what Ben Fox has done. 4-4 in the first half.
Sam Godwin back in, as is Jeremiah Fears. He launches and sticks a 3. That's Fears' first made 3 of the day.
That nice little jumper, pretty smooth right there.
That was pretty smooth, but it didn't land. Godwin plucks an offensive rebound. A Fears three is no good. 10 made free throws a game between those two guys. Duke Miles counterattack, step in three. Fears turns it down, glides in and punches one. Goodness. True 6'5". You know, when he comes, reaches out and contests a shot like that and elevates, there he gets to the rim very easily. I mean, that's not even contested by a guy that's 6'10".
I will disagree and feel like, you know, he'll get it going. That became a Division I program not until 2006, and they've only had one winning season in that time period. That will change.
7-footer out of Glencoe, Illinois. The Yale transfer, and he's fitted so nicely for Dusty May here. First jumper on the way, swished in by Jeremiah Fears. Ultimate in. Taylor into the game, little bump. They are letting him play early on. Fears with a shot on the baseline and one drop. Fears could be very
is bothering him. He's turned it over a couple of times there, and he's not a big assist guy. He's only got 8 on the season.
Fears airborne, kind of a wild one off the window. Godwin back up harassed. Gonzaga was there, Arizona was there. They came away with a championship. Nice feather in their cap. Fears will launch, can't connect. He has not been much of a factor so far in the 6 out of 12. But Michigan has the lead as we are playing the second half and the final half of the event. Fears with a pull-up pop and a good start for the freshman to begin the second half.
Playing off year all at FAU. And he had offers. He had multiple opportunities to go. He decided on Michigan.
Tipped up and in, Oklahoma. Not the play they wanted to run.
They did a nice job executing right there.
Fears. Tough shot. Difficult angle. Couldn't get it. So Michigan by 7. Fears to operate. Finds himself wide open and sticks it.
Love that set right there. Shooters in the corner. Middle.
Moore with the rebound. They'll keep it alive for Fears. Fears finds the seam. Airborne. He likes that shot. And he knocks it down.
Beautiful float game.
Taylor's pass almost tossed out. Jeremiah Fears. Yes, the three-pointer. And look at this.
Game slippage, Dave.
Godwin has a way, Deb, of really being in the middle of it with big defense. And a scoop shot by Fears is good. 17 seconds left. Cross court. Dangerous pass.
Well, they're looking for a 3.
Fears will lift this one. Got it! He hit it! He hit it!
And the Sooners and Porter Moser, they're now one of 6 unbeaten teams in college hoops. UC Irvine lost earlier today to fall from the ranks of the unbeaten. Tennessee, #1 team, just barely. I get to the SEC in the first year. They're as good as they've been in recent memory. SEC 10-1 today. There's jumper from the free throw line for Jeremiah Fears. Now when Fears slows with a handoff to Thompson. Lost the handle. And then Newman was a little lazy going after it, and Fears beat him to it. Stuffs it home, and immediately Steve Lutz wants it. Which is the NBA line, is throwing both these teams off. They're all shooting the NBA 3, and not at the blue line, which is the college 3.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. There's another one.
Fears, pull-up jumper way too strong. Raced ahead by Brandt. The backside, Moore able to get a block. Fears turns on the Jets, and then a little hesitation, and the defender Jennings flew by in the east. I didn't see a foul there either.
He just stopped dead. Yeah. The guy came up off his back.
And Fears on the back cut lays it in.
Well, that's deflating for Oklahoma.
To shoot.
Good recovery on the weak side by Oklahoma State.
Fears flips it up.
Sumnick did a good job of staying with Fears after the switch. Taylor's giving him some solid minutes. Just comes in and a lunch pail guy off the bench. And doesn't need the basketball to be effective.
A little step back 3 for Jeremiah.
Another Fears three. Usman was trying to haul the rebound in. Fears down the lane and with the left hand.
Well, Fears is the special
teams with Vandy being behind them in 16. Forsythe gets to the ball. Godwin, quick pass, ball movement. Fears couldn't finish it with the reverse. Godwin! That was his third made three. 11 of the 16 Avery has have come in this second half.
Toughness they have right now, especially on the perimeter defensively.
With the shot clock expiring, there is Jeremiah Fears.
This is off, and it bounds into the lap of Jeremiah Fears. Fears, deep three. Jalen Moore up high to poke that one, but
he got too deep and left his feet, had nowhere to go.
Peugeot is a program guy. He has just gotten better every year. Fourth year in the program. Fears has the counter. I wonder if they shot it like that. Oklahoma, tough team to press, Brendan, with the very good guards, including this guy. Fears attacks, count it, and a foul. That is the risk you run when you pressure him.
And he hasn't shot it bad, but he hadn't shot it great like he was earlier in the year.
Fears the steal, glides to the window, and scores.
Of securing it.
We approach a minute remaining in this first half. Fears will try one. Cameron Fears and Forsythe. That combination can't produce the three this time. Miles to Fears for the lay-in. Here comes McGee. He'll give it up. Wide open three. And turned down in favor of a Fears drive that's good. 13 now. Fears climbs through a double team, but got himself under the rim. Rebounds his own miss. And a Jalen Moore through. Elvis unguarded for three. McGee the rebound and a reset for Fears to try one. Foreman grabs it for Alcorn.
Les today, I asked him, I said, what have you learned most from your team here the last 4 games? He said that we can take a punch. We can take a punch and know that we'll
Lisenby in there, and a shot clock violation that did not quite happen. Here's Fears. And Fredson Cole will be called.
Here's Fears, the freshman. Jalen Moore with the penetration, finds Fears, hand in his face, and he misses his first jumper. And it is saved.
You don't know when it's coming. He thinks before they hit ACC play in January that these guys will be in top form.
Here's Fears from the wing, and that one halfway down.
A baseline out of bounds defense there. Oklahoma is always looking to throw a lob to Moore.
Fears off the penetration. He misses another one. They will inbound to him. 6 seconds to go. He's got to hurry. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Takes on 2 defenders. Tipped out. And that's how the first half.
Moments. Elvis has played well. They just need Fears to kind of get going.
Fears played just 7 minutes in that first half with 2 fouls. That one swatted by Onwuchekwa. Oh, missing the lay-in.
Dongo won't get an easier basket than that. That shot on Fears right there. No hesitation. Should have shot the first one. Had a 3 in rhythm. Try here as the half gets going.
That pass deflected and a steal by the Sooners. With numbers, Sears losing the handle still puts it in.
He's athletic enough to create space, get down the lane and force rotation.
Fears, mid-range jumper, foul, plus the bucket.
Trying to get him going here. And this is what we talked about now. Northweather's in the game, and he forces you to switch.
Fears, step back. And another rebound pulled.
Northweather's in the game, and he dictates coverage because he's such a good shooter.
Fears sheds his defender and nails the mid-range.
Wow.
Fears gets all the way to the rim. Largest lead of the game for.
So he puts Louisville in front by 1. Fears will launch. Got it. And the 2-star guards are back at it. Team out in year 1 and year 3 under Porter Moser. Shot clock to 2. Fears has to hustle. And Pryor to snag the rebound. Kobe Elvis on the dribble. Back out for Fears. Little push off there, no call. Waterman there for the rebound. Northweather will give it up. Shot clock a factor now. Down to 6. Thrown out near midcourt. Fears has to get it up in the air way downtown, and he can't hit. Elvis. The kick out here for Fears. Pull up pop, a line driver, no. And he's not been in rhythm at all in this game. Fears to work. Tough drive. Yes. With that blow by Step. Now he's been held in check. That burned his second foul a moment ago. Fears. He goes up with the bigs, and that was not a good idea there.
Not at all.
Waterman right in his face. For this year.
What's behind you? Boy, Hepburn was coming. Yes, sir.
Nearly tipped away. Fears got it back, laid it in.
Wow, Fears with a nose for the ball, and the explosiveness showed up.
19 points a game. He was held to 6. He needs to get going today. Elvis with the kick out. Here's Fears. Jeremiah Fears had a fascinating game yesterday. A lot.
Well, sometimes he was Oklahoma's best player, and sometimes he was the other team's best player.
Right. On the drive, and that won't drop for more. The follow by Godwin won't fall. It's a lot of activity. Miles will kick it out. And now they swing it for Elvis. Long distance. Here's Fears to knock down a 3.
He is fearless.
This is a Cuban points. Shot clock to 5. Elvis gives it up. Fears takes a look at the clock. He floats this one. Backed it in! A 3-pointer. Wow, are you kidding me? Arizona nowhere near as hot as they were last night. At least not yet. Fears on the dribble drive. Flipped it over the shoulder. And a foul in the play against Arizona. So the top point guard sitting right now. Fears will heave it up there, but far too strong. Sooners still winning the battle on the glass in this first half. Fears to the baseline. The scoop shot. Oh, my.
He's got it all, does he not?
Fears in heavy traffic. Denied by Arizona in the paint. On the dribble drive, back out for Miles. Moore again tiptoeing through the lane. Here's Fears straight on. Can't cash in. Godwin a big rebound. Miles won't wait. Bam. Fears looking at the 7-footer. He'll attack him. The jumper. No. And a whistle. The shot.
No doubt. I really appreciate the fight by Northweather on the inside to get that miss.
Fears, nifty move, strong, and gets it to go.
Obi, that's a kid that should be a senior in high school. And powerful at that short mid-range pull-up game.
Kobe Elvis, the star yesterday, off to Fears, a 3. Got it!
You could see it as we were lined up.
Miles can't shoot it, round the back out for Fears. Shot clock down to 7. Off the screen, Fears will launch it.
Got it. You cannot let him do it, OB. It's a short clock.
Fears again. Fires. Got it. He's so much fun with a basketball in his hands.
He can go anywhere he wants with a.
And he will set it up now for Oklahoma. On top by 3. Here in the semifinal, he'll lift. Off the back of the iron. Taylor ran it down into the backcourt attack. Only 6 points for Bradley. The point guard for the Wildcats came in averaging 14. Fears again with a scoop. No. Moore with a tough rebound again. Another block. Miles can drain the three. Here's Fears. 5 to get up a shot. He'll shoot a two-pointer. Not there. And rebounded away by Arizona. Lewis. Elvis will push it. Miles tiptoeing his way. He's another guy who can score, averaging 12 points a game. Fears with a little floater. And as you mentioned, he can just flat get it done as we give it a look. Moser under Rick Majerus is where he's grounded. And Kim English understands that in the ball game as well. Bad Boy Moore's starting lineup for Oklahoma. We talked about Moore leading away with 19 a game. That one taken away by Oklahoma. Bryson Goodine getting into the game. Pull up pop and too strong by Fears. The losses. And I was listening to Coach earlier today. Very disappointed in his team's defense. Fears with a tough drive for 2. Yeah, they will. They finished up the point at UConn. They need Elvis, who's had a big game with 17, gave it up. Shot clock inside 10. Fears airborne, left it way short, and out it rolls back over to the Friars. Sooners with it. Jeremiah Fears in control. Trying to use a screen on a blow-by, and how about that move with the left hand around the 7-footer? Opie, how good is that? 39 remaining. BC with the basketball, poked away by Fears. So quick, and he'll slam it in. Again, they play that you can't coach. You've either got the instincts and the speed. Inside 10 on the shot clock. Fears hounded by Joseph, gets free. On the drive, and a whistle turned over. Why?
With the block. Here's Fears. Bethea trying to stay in front of him. Floater good. He's just got that stride that allows him to get around. Sam Godwin with another rebound, leading the SEC in rebounding at 12 per game. Fears blasts all the way to the rim and converts again.
And another thing as you watch him, Chad.
Right now, Moore plays it ahead. Elvis lines up a 3. Moore rips away the rebound and falling down finds Fears. Godwin volleyballs that one back. Josh Taylor in for the Lions. Pretty good scrum here. Great hustle by Scooter Williams Jr. But Moore breaks free and Fears finishes it.
Yeah, that was great effort.
Fears very comfortable. 9 points, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 assists, a steal, and he gallops to the window there.
I almost said, but I didn't want. I was going to say he got the switch. Most part, he's 0 for 3 as you mentioned in the first half, Chad. But 2 of those were really good looks, and one wasn't that bad. He just hadn't been knocking him down.
That one's going to go all into the hands of Miles. He's got 14 points. Elvis lost it. Fears lines up at 3, and it works out well for the Sooners as Fears knocks down his first 3 of. And out of the pack comes Kobe Elvis. Fears triple. No. Running rebound TJ Thomas. Williams 3. And that's the 3rd time they've had a chance to get it to single digits. Unsuccessfully. Fears all the way in. Man, he is physical for a freshman. A lot of contact on his way to Fort Wayne at home on the 30th. Just their 2nd home game of the year. Here's Fears transitioning. Just finding enough real estate to get himself up there to the window. Box out. Bodies falling like bowling pins. Bretson Cole penetrates and kicks out. Fears lines up his first 3. Waggy volleyballs it back out, and Kobe Elvis wide open. Tristan Gross on the backside. Godwin rebounds. Fears just sprinting from one end to the other. Thompson blocked it, and we'll have a held ball. Trying to pass it into Waggy, but it's knocked away. Bretson Cole picks it up. Fears blocked by Wood, who's got that length at 6'10".
Yeah, that's why he needs more of a terrific offensive player. But if you're trying to get in the rotation, get minutes, what Bretson Cole did, what that does, it gets you trust with the staff.
Fears rinses the 3 from the right wing for his first field goal. Phillips tries to change that, but it's way off the mark. 0 for 7 from downtown now. Fears runs and punches the rim. Oklahoma in transition off the miss.
To get his minutes here with Stetson, and he's a guy that will just get better and better the more experience he's able to get out there on the floor.
Fears had plenty of space that time, but couldn't finish the play. And a reset here on the rebound by Moore. Fears ran into the back of Alex Doyle. We've got an injured Hatter down there. Cole is also in for Oklahoma. Godwin with a crunching screen on Ellison. Man, he kind of extended his arm as well.
That's usually the kiss of death. Thought we were going to get a look at the three. Syke, but makes a nice three. Good pass. Good movement out on the perimeter from Oklahoma.
Fears off a Moore screen is off the mark. Taylor. Pluck. Not been much of a factor here lately.
I'm quiet. I'm not. Some nice offense. I'm not sure what I could add to the broadcast right now.
Fears is off the mark. Trying to line that one up. Well, I know I was in country.
And he knows you have those lapses like that defensively, you won't beat anybody, especially on the road.
Fears had a double clutch in midair, but he has 8 points this afternoon. Taylor in the corner. He'll turn it down for Forsythe's three. Way off. No reset of the shot clock. Fears triggers and hits it.
That'll allow Oklahoma to get out and run and have broken floors.
Or just get a steal like Fears. Double clutching in to tie it at 7. Well, Fears, Kobe Elvis. McGee got him a screen. But nothing happening inside. Fears steps into that three. And the 9-9 trying to go to work is Miles. Shot clock is at 10. Fears creating. Hard to the window and in.
It's pretty smooth.
This one whipped inside, goes off of Warren, picked up by Sam Godwin. Sooners transition quickly. Fears squeezes one off. Strong from that right corner, right to Godwin.
And I would keep pressuring Bettis out front. He's had a hard time handling that.
Here's Fears curling to the bucket. The Sooners get back within a deuce. Shot clock down to 10 for Fears. Behind the back pull up. Fouled. Count it. And he'll have a chance to give the Sooners the lead.
Northwestern State with him on the bench, they have to hold their own until he gets back in.
Here's Fears probing, firing. McGee trying to tip it away from Colonel, but instead he
better be ready to extend out on him and meet him there because he is a proven shooter.
Be great at what you're good at has been Moser's message to Jalen Moore. That ball went off of Fears. Thomas has 20 and has the Demons back to within 6. Fears got some space and scored it easily. Now Patterson trying to work his way in. He's stripped. Glenn Taylor Jr. took it. Hands it to Fears. And Oklahoma's just been super efficient, Brendan. They've taken good shots. They've made their last 6 from the field. And Fears guts over the top. Godwin there to follow the miss. So that stopped a 9-0 run put on by Oklahoma. What a start for Moore. 7 points. Fears releases off. And also into the game is Muhammad. Browning step in three. No. Fears grabs the miss. 2-on-1 with Miles. He'll attack himself. The freshman lays it up and in. So Fears with no fears. His first Oklahoma.
That's not usually his calling card. More of a defender, offensive rebounding glass eater. But that time took it with a right-hand straight line drive.
Tough shot for Fears. I think he was behind the glass when he shot that.
Not
tip out for McDaniel.
That is what McDaniel does right there. He's a glass eater.
Fears. And he's got some wiggle to him. Missed that shot. Jones has it for Lindenwood. He decided he wanted to play college hoops. Godine lines up another. Just missed. There's Sam Godwin, the retrieval. Fears. That one also in and out. And a good rebound by Joe. Bretson Cole will turn down the 3 as Oklahoma works it around a bit more. Under a minute left in the opening half. Oklahoma once led by 23. Fears no. Godwin trying to toss that one off of McDaniel. 10 to shoot here. Fears for 3. And a wrestling match underneath. Result. Butrell stripped. Fears and Glenn Taylor Jr. And there's Fears wide open. Lays it in.
That was a waltz down, playing with a lot of comfort and great pace as a freshman.
And he is. He's got a matchup he wants against Wilde and loops it up and in. Just blew right by the 6'10 Wilde. And a late start here, so the bank's closed for Markeith Browning. Tate Forsythe back in. Fears cashes in his first 3 of the night.
Great pass right.
Set on defense, and he finished with, if they post you up, you got to heat up the passer, get your hands up high, play with more aggression. He told them they weathered the initial storm, but they have to keep their energy up.
He's right about that. They did. Difficult pass in traffic. What a job by Brea to keep it alive. And another empty trip for the Cats. Brea. Great box out. There were 4 Oklahoma Sooners surrounding that basketball, and none 1 out of 8 from the three-point line. But the most impactful guy for Oklahoma because of his ability to get in the paint and make plays. And Carr tries again. Wow. He comes up way short. Baseline double team. Demery is the only guy who's open, and his 3 comes up short, and the ball was deflected to him. A great job by Fears to fight his tail off and circle the post. Turnover in this game. Demery, no good. Newell in traffic, denied by the rim. Yeah, you don't see that much from Newell. He's automatic around the rim with those dunks.
Up, don't make contact, force them to take a contested shot, but do not foul.
Yeah, Newell launches a 3, Molly. Thank you. Another terrific report from Molly listening in on those huddles. When he told his team, it's all on the line here in the last few minutes. Kane, wild shot from the corner out of a break. Not a high percentage effort, down by East on the boards tonight, right? Yeah, 14 rebounds, a career high. He's got 7 points the second half, but he has not been able to deliver here as of late, and a foul there. Kane on Fears. Demery's 3, no good. That will do it.
That's that handoff right there going to his left.
Johnson off the back iron, and Fears was tapped on the face by Kent. So he picks up the foul. Hey, Johnson. Step back 3. Fears clears.
Jalen Moore, and that is his first. That one rims out of the corner for Marquez Warwick. Fears whips this one ahead. Miles trying to find.
Fears has got to back out. He doesn't need to defend him 40 feet from the basket.
Bates, not this time. And Fears got tripped up. He went to the deck quickly and hard.
He can protect drive first.
Mitchell puts his head down and finds Cruz, but he couldn't finish it. Cruz is down on the back end of this play, so Oklahoma's got numbers. Pierce for 3, not this time. Here comes Jalen Moore. Sooners have numbers. Wegee.
Floor.
Well, in a 30-point loss, it's difficult to say how a team could play well. But in that game against Auburn, obviously the #1 team in the country, they were actually able to do some good things. What the Tigers have been able to do all season long has been impressive.
Here's Sean Padula. His 3 is short, and Fears tracks down the board. We take a look at the starting 5 for Ole Miss. Don Godwin now, keeping his dribble alive. Pull-up jumper.
Great poise on that possession right. Beautiful move in transition by Brakefield.
But Fears, sensing the defense wasn't set, comes back missing. And it goes off of him. Ole Miss ball. 5 on the shot clock. Morrell, double team. Back to Brakefield. 3 on the way. Short. Oklahoma on a 7-0 run right now.
Fears in that screen row action to find Godwin for 2.
Bottega away the Euro. 0 for 2. Here's Fears. Cats grab the lead. Here's Duke Miles. Not sure what that pass was, but he got away with it. Bryson Goodine too strong. Fears. Goodine missed the tip. 48% from downtown this season for number 14 in Crimson and Cream tonight. Robinson open again off the heel. Both coaches talk with us about Brea ahead to Owe for three. And Otega Owe, 5 points so far tonight. And his last out to come back in this game.
The injury bug has continued to bite Kentucky.
Williams, no. Fears on the move. Moore.
And he dropped it off and shared it with the big man.
Iced up. Otega Owe contested three. In and out. Say it was a long two. Bounced out either way.
And some contact on that attempt. It left his hand so much confidence in a huge bucket.
Owe, not this time, and Fears comes away with it.
Saves it in the corner. Hubbard off the screen, lets it fly. No. And Fears with the board.
State really wants to get paint touches, and early on, Oklahoma's not allowing.
High off the glass, no. An offensive rebound, kick out. Moore, three, no. Another chance for OU. Jeremiah Fears in traffic.
Point guard in the SEC, that's something you don't want on anybody, and he's growing into it.
Fears off the miss, lost the handle, and Mississippi State gets
finish.
Hubbard bumped by Elvis, steps back, three on the way, won't go. You had two Bulldogs there, neither Melendez nor Jones could grab it. Riley Kugel drives past Forsythe, contact, tipped around inside, and Oklahoma comes away with it.
Gotta finish that.
Gators lineup. And again, they are missing Alex Condon, who has been outstanding, as Clayton fires a long three off the backboard. Aberdeen has been special in the games that he has started. He's been on 1.3 points per game as he kicks to Hout for a long three. That's a little strong, and nobody but red shirts there on the defensive glass. Yeah, great job of gaining rebounding early by older, good, big point guard. Yeah, more physical, exactly right. Wide open, and that's short for Martin, and a chance here for Fears. It's 1 versus 2. Kicks corner, three ball to the hole. Goodine, left hand, no good. Rebound, no. Good hard penetration. A couple of those one seats falter down the stretch. Aberdeen hard, throws it up, that can't go, and Denzel Aberdeen got pushed out of the way on the way back by Sam Godwin. Just blown up that time by Martin. It's 4-on-1. Richard throws it up, and that was a little too high for Chinyalu.
He is coming off the bench. That is if he plays today. Back spasms and pregame warm-up, so his status is questionable. And then we got a white tie playing without Corey Chess. Back spasms pregame, and then he was made unavailable. Cam Carter denies Fears that time, but Fears sticks with it. And purple, Jordan Sears back on the floor. Remember, only played the 5 minutes in the first due to foul trouble. Collins can't hit the three. So here is Fears, the 18.
Now, that's how he's played this year. I think he definitely needs to come back for another year, but again, that's not how the NBA looks at it. He's a youngster, reclassified, very young.
Less than a minute to go. Carter on the attack again. Back out, three in the air. Givens left it short. Fears has it. 50 seconds. Fears into the front court. Lost it.
Has just 4. And again, Oklahoma trapped. That leads to a run out. That leads to a drill miss. Missed the layup. Now Oklahoma may have numbers the other way. Fears.
They've got a mismatch if they can get him the ball.
Tamar Bates has one rattle out. Can't connect near the rim. Might have gotten blocked.
Quick ball movement and a quick three from the corner. Fears top floor for the rebound for Oklahoma.
Love that quick look in transition.
Crowd wants it to go to the freshman. Marshall got it, but missed it. As we look ahead, we know Missouri is going to continue to be a matchup problem for a lot of teams in this league. But where does Oklahoma go from here?
Oweh up to 7. Fears with 7. And he's gone into the paint. Good hands. Noah deflected it away. And there's that football mentality for Oweh. Fears rises. They get him with the little clear out. He used that arm to clear some space. Fears on the floor. If Fears is going to be that hot. Good eye and more. They set the screen, the roll, and it's picked off. Kane all the way.
Yeah, Fears thought.
Fears, bad pass. He threw it over the head of Wuggy. And here comes Georgia trying to tie it, or with a 3. Fears, he lost it. Turnover, Kane, 2-on-1. Green light special, lays it up. At Tennessee. Fears has an alley-oop, and it's denied. Surreal with a terrific play. You can never throw an alley-oop low. If anything, throw it over the top of the backboard. But
here's Fears trying to crack the scoring column against Johnson.
Great defense.
Johnson a steal. Advantage there for Trey Johnson, the 2 lottery picks. Missed the dunk on the alley for 2 teams on the bubble. OU on the right side, Texas with work to do. A steal by Johnson.
Back to him.
Surround Fears, and he threw it away. Picked off by Perkins.
And that looked like the defense that we saw in Columbia. Chad, notice everything's in front.
No ranks on some level.
Nice drive and a lay-in by Dia, pushing the lead back to 6 for Ole Miss. And Fears throws it away. Another turnover for Oklahoma. That is number 8.
A move in transition by Brakefield.
But Fears, sensing the defense wasn't set, comes back missing. And it goes off of him. Ole Miss ball. They're tied at 80.
Fears has it taken away by Padula.
Active hands, big steal into crunch time. Foul goes to Carr.
So Carr and Williams with early fouls and a turnover. Robinson comes away with a steal. Behind the back, lifts a 3.
Coming down in transition, a capable shot maker. Jackson Robinson is.
Here's the crossover. Out of bounds, and the Sooners turn it over again.
It's an up and down pace. Early. I mean, a missed foul call on that strong drive.
Fears again, a little shake, a little bake, and Oweh slaps it out of bounds. And an offensive foul is the call.
Attack on that attempt. If you're Oweh, you got to sell that one. That one could be easily drawn foul and get an opportunity for layup or for free throws.
Turnover by Fears. Oweh dunks it down.
Warren drawing the assignment of Fears. There's a lob trying to go inside to Muhammad Wagee.
That's something you don't want on anybody, and he's growing into it.
Fears off the miss, lost the handle, and Mississippi State gets it right back. Impossible that they would lose last Saturday against LSU.
They gave up a 4-point play, and then they turned it over on a press that was absolutely nothing. As we see right here.
I want to be the overall #1 seed. I mean, he has set the bar high, and they're capable, Rabbi, of getting there. Yes, they are. Fears had that one taken away. Here's Martin. The alley-oop to Chinyalu. Don't forget about me. No doubt. I'm Urban Clapshar. I'd like to play a little bit more. I can do this. And that one's going out of bounds. And I can sense it. I can see it. I can smell it.
Yeah. And that's Clapshar again. And you know how difficult it is to turn Tennessee, Missouri, all ranked teams.
Yeah, that's a tough stretch for any team at any level in the conference or in the nation.
Yeah.
And again, this is that's the importance of this game.
Good eye. That is the marksman. Misfires on the first look. Offensive board and a new 20 after Godwin picks it up. That's a traveling violation, so the first turnover committed by Fears. Green. This is Jalen Moore improvising on the baseline. Back out to Fears with 8 to shoot. Fears tried to pass it to Godwin, threw it away. Gibbons bounce pass half per game this season. Oklahoma once led by 13. They're still up, but the lead is cut in half. Fears took some steps.
That's where I would really like to.
Back out, 3 in the air. Gibbons left it short. Fears has it. 50 seconds. Fears into the front court. Lost it. LSU takes it away. They've got numbers. Carter fires.
Making sure that Missouri did not get off to a fast start.
That was an unforced error and a turnover way over the head. A quick 3 from the corner. Fears top 4 for the rebound for Oklahoma.
Love that quick look in transition. Corner 3.
Another turnover. Fears gives it away.
Forsythe played catch up that whole possession.
10 points now for Perkins, and then Perkins on a steal. Add numbers.
Is only at 3. Their overall resume is better than most because of those quad 1 wins that they picked up in the battle for Atlantis.
Ball was in the cylinder, no basket for
Threes go in. You're just glad they're saying something so they don't hear you the whole time.
Somebody in the 305 section is going to say, boy, you guys really called a good game tonight.
Yeah, right. It's a huge advantage.
Eagle are going to breather here before the under 12. Boswell returns.
Yep.
Fears stepped out. Oklahoma turns it over for the pointer of the game. He's got 17 to go with 9 assists and 4 steals. And then another steal for Tennessee. Gainey rips it away. Porter Moser scratching his head.
They've got their freshman sensation, Jeremiah Fears, winning the point. There's an early turnover. Auburn, they're going to look to run. Jones decides to now pull it out.
Which I'm doing right now. I'm watching about 3 or 4 college games a day right now, getting ready for March Madness. And I called him and said, yo, man, we've never met. But you want
to be a little less athletic, a little less quicker, if your basketball mind is able to make the play for you.
There's a steal by Auburn. Let's see if they can get it going here at Auburn. There's a deflection, another steal for Broome. Baker Mazara spin and just square up his shoulders and deliver the 3 ball.
That one's deflected. A little lazy pass by Fears. Here's Tyler Nickel back the other way. Takes it himself. Got a great screen from Crick.
But he uses his body and the size. He's only 6'7" when he's in that post.
9 points for McLaughlin here in the first half. There's another takeaway. Magnon in the open court. He will throw it down. But Morris, just a big physical presence at 6'7".
And Fears' ability off the bounce. Oh, man. That's a no look, but it was right idea. Missed it by about 3 feet.
Well, that last Vanderbilt basket stopped a 23-0 Oklahoma run.
Bad pass, but it's all Taylor's fault. He did not understand his guy was getting trapped.
Forsythe working against Payne, kicks to the corner. Fears lost the handle. Turnover by OU. Forsythe. Fears working on Garcia. Nobody home over there.
No, and one of
Deuce Thero just hounding Fears. He drops it off for Godwin. It's a turnover. A player is going to have to continue to do so tonight. He's their leader. Fears tries to drive on him and lost it. And he calls the foul on Fears.
Last year they did a great job in executing that.
A little under the weather during the week. Had to fly separately into Nashville with the team and left separately to make sure nobody got sick, but certainly feels a lot better today. Seemed Loose ball on the deck. Here's Wright off to Scott. Some pressure from the Gamecocks works out.
Godwin controls the rebound. And Fears turns it over. Try the cross-court pass. Johnson. 2 free throws. It's a turnover.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, we're getting carried away. Next thing you're going to ask for is a 4-point shot. And a foul. It goes against OU.
Wow, did that look good or what?
Fears was tripped up. No, an offensive foul. Johnson's been held in check in the second half. And a steal. Horns get it right back. Was kicked by Pope. There was contact.
Oklahoma's had a couple of them.
Fears has had 5 of those tonight. Robbed a good eye, make it 6, and stolen by Shedrick. And Texas can see.
Jeremiah Fears is the freshman sensation with the ball in his hands. Had it tipped away, and there's the steal for Georgia. And that is more collided from Sam Godwin. Fears sticks out that chicken wing, and an offensive foul on Fears will be his second. Fears waiting for the screen and decides not to use it, and he gives it away. Demery Jr.
I mean, he really plays for the team and is a team player. He looks for his teammates.
Shot clock turned off, Georgia.
Oklahoma's execution.
What do the Aggies do differently to cool off number 2 and White?
I think you got to go man-to-man. And I think that's what they did on that possession. I think it confused Oklahoma just a little.
Important final minute of the half for Texas A&M?
Yes, in terms of that under 10, over 10. That's too soft of a pass.
Well, certainly work out.
4 for 18 from deep before that shot.
Skip pass stolen. Obaseki, right place, right time.
Now this will help A&M get back.
Great awareness, great cut at the last second leads to the deuce. Well, out of control that time, Fears was. Hefner into the hand.
Fears, just a dynamic score. Takes the bump, but he loses it.
Too often from an Alabama team, the mid-range shot. Amori thinking that was an alley-oop. Did a really good job of laying out. And Sears with the teardrop.
Fears lost that one going up. He's got 10.
Beautiful read there by Mark Sears.
Holloway!
Into the hands of Fears, who's had a good first half. He's got 9. Duke Miles has 10 for the Sooners. But a turnover there. Back the other way is Petway. Charging into the front court.
With a good look.
Lead is 17 for the Sooners. That was a tough one by Tillman. Tillman gets it back on the strip and scores. On Shulman making the immediate impact. Fears behind the back, lost it. The other way comes Fagbemi. And it's stolen from him by Duke Miles. Trees the rebound plucked by Duke Miles. Elvis, the pass a little too far out in front of him, and out of bounds it goes. Thomas into the lineup, having to heave that one up. And here's Jeremiah Fears, 19-point day for him. Got himself into some trouble and turned it over.
Sooners with a lot of new faces on their team. They had 8 different players make their debut for Oklahoma on opening night. That one just a sloppy pass out of play. Fears, couple of bumps, not dissuaded. On the spin, airborne, just tossed it. Donaldson with the scoop. 10 minutes left. Donaldson came over to cover him. Under 2.5 to go. Fears went around the back, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
Pinch post area is just so hard to defend.
So under 2 minutes, tied at 82. Fears pass didn't get there. Scooped up by Donaldson. Burnett rising up.
You get exactly what you want here.
Godwin back to Fears. 1 minute to go. Throws it away.
You got a couple of turnovers late. That's what.
First points for the Pokes. Fears commits the offensive fouls. He got the right elbow. Fears backs it up. We played 6 minutes here in Oklahoma City, and Fears getting down the lane, but lost the handle, got it knocked away. Here come the Pokes. Dean nearly trapped.
Side because of their lack of size.
There has not been much of that, though, for Oklahoma State tonight. Usman able to get position down low and score. And they get a quick turnover. That's the Sooners, who are on about a 2.5-minute scoring drought. Fears, when he get past Newman, gave him a shot to the neck, it looked like, or the face. That's going to be the call. Minutes in their last game against Seton Hall because of foul trouble. Knocked away. Sumnick fouled from behind by Jalen Moore.
Over there with his team up 8-0. Fears, they found Wuggy underneath. The interior defense has been solid, but finally they break through, and Williams picks over to form that inside circle. Fears saw that man cutting on the baseline, and that's two. Right over Carr. Good shot by Kobe Elvis, having a good game. He ran right into Moore. Here's Fears. It's 1-on-3. And he got it to McGee, who laid it in. Yes, to level off at the rim and take away a 2. 4-point lead. Northweather left open. That's his shot. That's why Porter Moser plays him. He is legit. Off his foot when Carr saved him. And then Fears ripped it away. Here's Moore. He throws it down. 1-point game. Another turnover for the Cats. And here comes the pressure. Well, too well, in fact, he'll tell you.
Well, the inside game of Georgia. Newell, Godfrey, James, Surreal, just multiple bodies they throw at you.
Line drive 3 from the corner finds the bottom, and that's Jalen Moore. Knocked down the 3 ball.
Tamales report, though. Oklahoma closed out and did not jump at Newell.
Oh, huge 3 from Moore, Jimmy.
The Oklahoma defensively right now is
29 in their previous meeting back in Norman. Fears will feed McGee and pushes it up and in.
I think what's going to be really key, too, on that half-court offense. Texas, as we thought, would want to try to pound the paint, and that's what they've done.
Lynn Taylor from downtown. 9 minutes remaining. Sooners by 2. Trying to stop an 8-game losing streak against Texas. And here comes Kobe Elvis. Fears to Goodine. That's a 3. And the OU lead expands to 6.
And it's really fit nice. These guys play like a team that's been together for more than just a season.
The Oklahoma lineup, Jalen Moore's been battling some knee tendonitis, but he'll give it a go. And Sam Godwin's got the first 2 buckets.
Key personnel, but I think it's positivity, his vision of the big picture, and they're being rewarded this year. They've been absolutely unbelievable, and it's a great story.
Time a lot more production for the Dale, Oklahoma product recently. Fears whips it beneath, and Taylor has an easy one. Tigers fell asleep on the backside.
They decide or pick it up here. I mean, 2 or 3 stops in a row will absolutely change the momentum and change this game.
Northweather, 1 to shoot. That's the night he's here with the Sooners, though. Fears helps him get a reset. Jalen Moore open under the bucket, punches one home.
Well, that's such a good find.
Is all about, and he said right now there's about 4 teams at the top who are the true contenders. He feels like Ole Miss is in that next group. 3 ball knocked down as Kobe Elvis. Ole Miss with 10 points in the paint now. Fears unable to get by his man, but the nice assist to find Sam Godwin for the flush.
Really good recognition by Jeremiah Fields.
Fears double team, gives it up. Miles steps into one. Nothing but nylon. You called for the veteran Duke Miles to step. D goes to the ground. Good pass, finding Godwin, throws it down with two hands.
Good recognition and good passing. Sam Godwin, a tough level of toughness.
Fears off the bounce, finds the cutting Godwin, who lays it in for two more.
Fears able to break his.
Fears. They'll find Forsythe in the corner, knocks down the three. What a find from the freshman. Tia had it stripped away. Here's a steal. Oklahoma with numbers. Goodine lays it in, and the lead is down to one. Fears had it poked away, got it back. Now Miles puts his man on skates and gives Oklahoma the 2-point lead.
The veteran and jump.
And for the Sooners, the freshman phenom Jeremiah Fears inside to Godwin. And the big man connects inside. Also in the starting five, Robinson, also the great state of Oklahoma, Ada, Oklahoma. Moore open again. Buries the three.
You have to know where Jalen Moore is. He has the
8. They have played important roles so far this evening.
The luxury for Kentucky is in the injuries.
Goodine pulls the three.
That's one thing you cannot allow.
Williams, no. Fears on the move. Moore. Great look from Jeremiah Fears.
Really good heads-up basketball by Fears, putting the shoulder in jeopardy of injury.
A very fine line to walk. Absorbed that contact moments ago. Pop right up. Here's a three, and it's Kobe Elvis. Fears again. The lob. Godwin. The finish.
Beautiful screen roll action. Sam Godwin. When all he needs is a little crease to finish.
Under 2 to play. Taylor for the lead. Count it! Glenn.
Oklahoma in the home white. Fears gets it into the lane, dumps it off to Godwin, who is fouled and has a chance right out of the gate for a three-point play.
You gotta love that.
Oh. Another chance for OU. Jeremiah Fears in traffic. He finds Kobe Elvis. Elvis with the three.
Really like that, Richard. Then the last 2 games off the bench.
Hubbard guarding Fears. Fears into the corner. Elvis catch, shoot, make. That's 2 from deep for Kobe Elvis.
As far as the shot clock goes.
Shot clock already at 10. Jeremiah Fears on the drive, slams on the brakes, dumps it off, and Godwin there for the two-handed jam.
Loving the patience by that young fellow in the lane for the play.
Probably has played more point guard than anybody else on this Mississippi State roster. Jalen Moore, three, good.
Richard, I don't know if you noticed it, but it just seems like not bad.
And then Chris Jans at 72.3%.
Guy can coach.
The lob, Godwin with the finish inside.
And that's what Godwin does.
Fears working against Kugel into the corner. Jalen Moore, three, good. That's his second triple of the game. Fears cut off, gets it to Godwin, working down the left side of the lane. Godwin all the way to the rack. He's got 13 points to go along with 8 Moore. He's feeling it. Moore short this time. Josh Hubbard with the rebound, but he has it taken away by McGee. Now Fears, no look, inside, and a slam for Bryson Goodine.
Love the hustle by McGee.
Short pass. Out front, Fears thought about a deep three. Moore on the drive, stops, goes up with the left hand off the glass and scores.
Love the maturity of Fears.
Jalen Moore, 13 points in the second half. Fears feeds it inside to Godwin, off the window with the left hand.
What a nice slip by Godwin, but even a
Forsythe saves that one in the corner. Fears looking inside. McGee, ball fake, goes up and jams it home. And then a technical foul.
That has 4 better guards than what Florida has right now.
Yeah, we started this season saying 3. They got 4. There's a backdoor alley-oop that worked out beautifully. And it's a good...
Oklahoma lost a couple of key guys last year because they couldn't afford to keep Milos Uzan and Otega Oweh. Uzan starting for Houston right now. Oweh starting for Kentucky. Well, Fears just dances with that ball, doesn't he? You can see what NBA scouts see in that kid.
There's a long 3 from Goodine. Good 3-point shot.
His career high, 18 now.
We're cooking, man.
Pocket pass to Wagee, puts it in. Mo Wagee has been very effective.
Biggest play wasn't the half a dozen threes. It was a backdoor cut layup late in the game. Godwin. Well, this is a 3-point play exhibition for both teams. Like everybody else in the SEC, you have so many difficult games left on the slate. That one drops. Godwin heating up. Down the 5th season, Tennessee has hit 7 straight.
We talk about player development, but we don't talk about people development enough. Good response by Miles. People are developed. You know, when you score a lot of points, what shots do you get? Like, and how did you get those shots? Did you create rhythm into the shot? Good cut.
Goodine gets it from Fears. First bucket for Bryson Goodine, a 6-year season.
Because they're so good.
Oh, it's happening. It's being done.
Grow up and be better.
Moore lays it in. Jalen Moore's got 7 to lead OU.
In that start and show just how deep this team is. Northweather open from 3, and he makes them pay. Oklahoma
zone, they get stronger. They don't get tired. They don't get weaker. That's what Oklahoma's currently seeing right now.
Here's Goodine letting it fly, and he is the sharpshooter. Multiple of the guard positions. Fears. Locked down by Chris Moore there. And the 3 rattles in for Jalen Moore.
2 fouls. Don't want to risk it right here before halftime. Fears. Northweather, long 3. Not too long for the big fella.
Great spot up. Coaching staff for the Commodores have to feel really good. Now, they've got to do a better job. Oklahoma shooting the ball well. If they don't turn it over, great pass, great pass.
Right out of the locker room, Fears with back to Nickel. 3-pointer off the mark. Fears wastes little time.
Deep.
Goodine for 3, got it. Incredible what has happened here in the first 6.5 minutes of this half. I mean, it is hard to believe Oklahoma trailed by 4 and they lead by 15, make it 17.
Vanderbilt was dominating.
Devin's season high is 24. Here's Fears working on Tanner. Oh, the no look to Taylor.
Stop it.
And once Payne gets it right there, nobody's going to stop him.
Into the corner, 3 on the way from the right side. That's Jalen Moore. Good start for him. Really good basketball coach and a good guy.
Yeah, he was a former assistant at Texas A&M.
Couple of different stints here.
That's right.
Godwin inside with the left hand.
Godwin found a great job of
winding down again. It's at 5. Fears on the drive. Guarded by a basket. Kicks it off. Goodine. Ball fake. Corner 3. Tough angle. What a shot for Goodine.
Here's Jeremiah throwing it up. And Sam Godwin throwing it down.
That was a phenomenal action.
Open 3. Yes! Glenn Taylor Jr.
And that 3-pointer against the smallest guy, Jeremiah Fears, and a push in the back results in the ball staying with the Sooners.
And they capitalize. Jalen Moore lays it in.
Great baseline out of bounds action.
Jalen being considered. Here's Northweather. That's an air ball. Saved though, and Taylor lays it in.
Another 50-50 ball.
Godwin with a big screen up top. Try to dump it off to him underneath. He spins with the left hand, and nice touch.
The game within the game are going to be the post guy.
one shot to this point. Need to get him more involved. Jalen Moore goes flying down the lane.
Boy, he's been playing really good basketball.
Carolina turnovers. 35 in a game and a half.
That's what you're looking for. Fears penetrating. He's under control. Again, he makes a tough layup.
Elvis, catch, shoot, got it again.
If you're good at it.
5 points. Fears. They're going to call a foul against South Carolina on the way up as Sam Godwin was trying to this afternoon. Here's Fears. Jeremiah. Wagi answers back on that end.
And that's what I'm talking about, Dave. When you drop
14 turnovers by South Carolina. Northweather fires and got that one to rattle home.
The assistant coaches with 2 misses.
Oh, Wagi goes up high. Fears the rebound. That's his 7th.
They need a timeout. South Carolina needs a timeout.
Be there Saturday to see what Tennessee can do. And a nice winning, suffocating win against Georgia at home tonight. Jalen Moore again. And Fears with the steal. Off the head of Pope. Who wants it? Moore does.
And picks how to lead his team.
Jalen Moore silences the crowd with a 3 because this.
And normally in the second half he makes the adjustments.
Well, here's what he's done so far in 2 conference games against Alabama and Texas A&M.
Looking for a screen and somebody rolling to the basket.
There's the roll to the bucket and a friendly roll for Jalen Moore as Oklahoma now up to the Red Cross. There's Fears curling off the screen, throws it up, and Wagi throws it down.
In the lottery. For the NBA draft, excuse me.
Fears downhill, dumps it off, the assist as Wagi throws it down.
And that's what I'm talking about Fears. He's not hunting.
The portal, sometimes it's like a game of speed dating. Well, it's really in rapid form. Nice pass. There's Fears dropping a dime off to the big man, Glenn Taylor.
That's right by you because this is not the start A&M needed in the second 20.
Yeah, that's first stanza.
There's that skip pass again.
And another three-pointer. This time it's Jalen Moore. Lob pass to Godwin. Inside Godwin. How about Sam Godwin, the senior?
In SEC play, 12-2 on the season, I would expect them, if you want to pick a sleeper, could be the Rebels.
Okay. They got their win over Georgia as Nelson was down behind the play. Oklahoma. Fears dumps off, up and under. Nice finish for Jalen Moore. And a timeout called by Oklahoma.
had made a bunch the last 3 games, but also like we've talked about this whole Oklahoma team. They don't take bad threes. Boom.
What were you saying about Godine?
Yeah,
man.
Well, you and I talked.
Splits a double team. Fears rebounds the air ball. Duke Miles attacking to the rim. Reverse in. And Duke Miles continues another good game. He's got 50.
Using his size to have a big enough cushion to try to keep Fears in front.
4.6 seconds to get one away. Elvis does, and he hits his second 3 of the day. 10 threes in the early going. That leaning 2-pointer missed. Sooners want to run. Fears and Moore run. Moore backside. Bounces high and bangs it home.
Arkansas, the other 4 offensive players just stay out of the way because they saw the matchup opportunity that they had.
Beautiful feed by Fears and the finish by Sam Godwin. career high as Fegbemi drops his first field goal of the afternoon. Quick transition. Taylor's three is good. And this Oklahoma team, so many threes.
Cheddar at 6'8", playing very well coming in. Here's Fears. And again, a corner jumper, and that's going to be 2 in a row. Taylor coming off the bench to get the Sooners. Pippen with the foul. Fears off balance. Back for Elvis. He'll drive it. Teardrop, and yes.
Got to have it again. And they go into their dribble drive.
Fears was 8 to get off a shot, but it doesn't matter getting it underneath for Norweather in 2. Gale Jr., but he can't find a range on that one. And Fears is always going to want to push it. He finds Miles, a 3 coming. Got it.
Really good push. Again, the guards on game. Whose execution is going to be better? Who has the least amount of game slippage?
Here's Miles from the corner, and it rattles in a 3. And a big shot for the Sooner staff. Miles off the fake, steps back, here it comes. Got it! Oklahoma with their first lead since it was 10.
His first 4 outs, and he also indicated, Shuda, whoever wins this game, if you win 1, your first game in Nashville next week, beginning on Wednesday.
Lap of Tamar Bates. Barrett crosses over Fears, blows by and reverses one up and in.
Boy,
he says, you're not the only. Here's Warren trying to weave his way down. Robinson, high of 30. 29 for Jeremiah Fears tonight. Here's Cruz. Jalen Moore on the pogo stick to claim that.
Oklahoma has lost 5 in a row. Riley Kugel on the drive, gets all the way to the rim. Nobody cut the ball off.
And a big miss. This basket right here could be huge.
Are all the way. Soft touch, boy, has he been outstanding. And that is.
They can't have those pick 6 turnovers, those live ball turnovers that lead to easy baskets the other way. First shot of the second half is a miss for.
They're getting them by getting switches, getting advantages, and attacking with the advantage they have, and getting whatever shot they want. They're high percentage looks.
That ball stripped by Fears. There's no, say it for anybody. I mean, but it's just crazy what this league does to you.
It's a tough league if you don't rebound well.
Yes.
And the Sooners don't rebound well. And we saw that last year, like a team like
physicality and Garcia and Coleman.
Obaseki. How about Garcia right there to clean it up off. And shooting 43% from behind the arc this year. Obaseki draws the foul.
Is Bryson Goodine set up?
Texas back to work, leading by 12. Here's Mark. Went in the air forever, and he finds a way for the patient finish.
Veteran player does so much for this Aggie team. He's going to do a little wheel and deal here. No. There's Coleman with an offensive rebound, and there's a Sears. When he gets going, it's tough, but Fears at 6'4" comes here almost midway into the second half.
And it was a tough shot, you know, a high degree of difficulty. And there's the veteran taking it to the rookie as Sears and Fears have a
early in the ball game.
Well, it was a 4-point game, but Oklahoma has a 7-0 run in a minute's time. And to the rim again goes Petway. He leads everybody.
Falling back into their man-to-man. Just try to take a little more time off the clock. Keep the Michigan from getting the ball to the bigs.
Goes Sexton inside and will bank it in on a strong move.
Physical guard on him and Mustaf.
Georgia Tech spreading the floor. Mustaf going one-on-one, and you know he wanted to show what he could do against Fears.
Right back over. Providence College trying to get off to a 6-0 start. And Pierre Abdurrahim too strong. They get a second chance here. Tough rebound by Joseph. Yeah, Forsythe did not hit anybody on the weak side. Turnover. Grab a 5-point lead without Jalen Moore. Yeah. He's been sitting on a bench. Turn around, up and in by Jaden Pierre.
Team at halftime with a make. Thomas way out there. No, and that'll do it for the opening half.
Talked about the challenge, I think, for Oklahoma, so many new pieces. They want to shoot threes. They're more than capable, but there's balance in what are good threes and what are not. That was a touch inside. That's
Ellison working a little two-man game out here with Wood. Sanka bangs his way in on Fears, who poked it. The finish not home, and Browning rebounds.
Browning has an extra gear.
And lots of extra shots.
He's not scared now.
Blocked. Really good defense by the Sooners. And that's a turnover. Stout defensive effort that time by Oklahoma. Was it into Owe. And he dribbles out of it off his foot when Carr saved him. And then Fears ripped it away. Here's Moore. He throws it down. There's a big deal right now. 83-82. Owe nearly slipped. And he turned it over. Fears. They don't have a timeout. Great play by Fierce. Look at him push. Denied there, and off of an offensive rebound. No, that's a bad pass there from Asen Newell. Here comes Fears one-on-one with Kane. Steps through. See what you're doing now. Took a while, but I got there. Difficult pass. Fears picks it. Now, he just had two. Let's see if he wants to fire again. All the way. Yeah.
Outside to Mark. And Larry into the backcourt, stolen by Fears, who jams it home.
Offensively, I mean, nobody should be. Whoever they have out there, they will score enough points. It's, do they take care of it, and do they get stops down at this end in the half court?
It's back into it, playing with a tremendous level of confidence.
Dia had it stripped away. Here's a steal. Oklahoma with numbers. Goodine lays it in.
Able to come off those pin downs and shape up.
Halfway home in the first, pass deflected, Moore intercepts. Jalen Moore!
Quick to Mississippi State.
Oklahoma has led for the last 14 and a half minutes of this game. Josh Hubbard has his pass tipped. Forsythe comes up with a steal. Brings it into the front court.
Is in the NIL. They're not up to standard. And Oklahoma lost a couple of key guys last year because they couldn't afford to keep Milos Uzan and Otega Owe. Not sure what that was from Robinson.
Skilled big.
Not like I would choose to be hurt or anything.
Sure. But it happens. Ziegler tries to hand it off. Goodine got a hand in the passing lane, and it's an Oklahoma steal. You pull the ball, he backs it out. Now it goes to McLaughlin, gets up on that low block. Edwards, it's to the tall timber, taken away by Fears. 2-on-1 run out. Fears guarded by Tanner, but it's just crazy what this league does to you.
It's a tough league if you don't rebound well.
Yes.
And the Sooners don't rebound well. And we saw that last year, like a team like Missouri that's rebounding better this year, did not rebound well. And this is a lead and break, a half-court trap. Just move it ahead, find your shooters more comfortable with his shot.
McLaughlin, I think we got a hold against Oklahoma.
Well, the bad part is...
Good way of putting it. 19 apiece. Garcia trying to get another one. How about another offensive rebound? Then it's taken away. Fears ends up with it. Pushes the...
Football playoff. I've enjoyed it. Here's Colin Murray Boyles. Enjoyed watching him play the last year and a half. He got denied at the rim. Back the other way comes Bryson Goodine.
Johnson's been held in check in the second half. And a steal. Horns get it right back. Was it across the midcourt line? 23 seconds to go. Fears with the steal. Off the head of Pope.
Who wants it? Moore does.
Huge size advantage. Here comes the double on him in the post. Fighting through it. Gets his own miss, but he's stripped down low. Oklahoma with numbers 3-on-1, and they finish in transition. No one is talking about right now.
Well, so many teams that they're talking about obviously in the top 10, but I have to go with the Ole Miss Rebels and what Chris Beard has going on. Has some really good players transferring in. Obviously, you have a hit.
Bush and Tillman out at the guard spot. Tillman couldn't get one off over Luke Northweather. He turned it over. And here's Fears attacking, sprinting.
Back to playing with that energy. I bet you he has a better half.
4 different Panthers have at least 2 fouls, including Sawyer, who has 3. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Speed splits it. Miles the tip, Godwin a tip, and that one falls.
Yeah, there he is right there. I mean, that is Sam Godwin right there.
And then Fears steals the inbound pass, and he'll earn another trip. And the finger roll is unkind for Jalen Moore. Fears tipped that away. Miles runs ahead of the pack, and Kosin protects.
Jennings with a handoff to Thompson. Lost the handle, and then Newman was a little lazy going after it, and Fears beat him to it. Stuffs it.
In the last 3 games, he's averaged 21 points. And he hasn't shot it bad, but he hadn't shot it great like he was earlier in the year.
Fears the steal, glides to the window, and scores.
This is Deljavian Harry got himself into no man's land and gave it away. Fears and Forsythe.
They're not going to get anything. Ball movement and touches inside to a guy like Bennett.
Double team out front, thrown off Fears' leg, but he'll pick it up. Save it to Weggie for the punch.
Terry will use the screen, picking up his dribble. Now they go inside to Dongo. Double teamed, and he gives it away. Fears in transition to Moore.
You got to live with those shots early and anticipate you're going to make some here as the half gets going.
That pass deflected and a steal by the Sooners. With numbers, Sears losing the handles.
Against this Louisville team, they are too strong and too tough in those gaps.
Pryor on the attack, knocked away in the quick hands of Oklahoma. And Fears on the other end. He was one of the best young guards in the country. Hepburn over the top, picked off by Fears. He saw that coming. Freshman in trans, blue collar guy in that Sooner red uniform. And a senior, he's outstanding on the offensive glass in particular. A battle away in the backdoor cut. Oklahoma collapsing in the lane very quickly. They'll get a second chance here. Tough rebound by Joseph.
Yeah, Forsythe did not hit anybody on the weak side. Turnover.
Fears will lay it up and miss, but draw the. Cardet Jr. weaving inside, and the pass never got there, and a whistle.
Yeah, it just wasn't there.
A good 7:39 remaining. BC with the basketball, pumped away by Fears. So quick, and a slam it in. Again, they play that you can't coach.
Right at your chin, and right there absorbs a little contact. And he's so athletic, he can hang in the air a little bit to finish.
And Fears got a hand on that pass. Brenson Cole attacking. Those young guards out there together again, and a steal by one of them, Fears. Taylor gave him a little screen running down court, and Fears lost him. One more game on this extended road trip at Stonehill. They'll play Purdue-Fort Wayne at home on the 30th, just their second home game of the year. Here's Fears transitioning. Ellison working a little two-man game out here with Wood. And Sanka bangs his way in on Fears, who poked it away out of bounds. They say Sanka touched it and will go the other way.
Quite a bit. They're really active. Now, if you can get that defensive board, Chad, that'll allow Oklahoma to get out and run and have broken floors.
Or just get a steal like Fears. Double clutching in to tie it at 7. It's Willie Williams. Patterson weaving and turned it over. Fears got it, and he is fouled by Gerald Colonel. With it in his hands. Shot clock plays down to 5, though. Thomas trapped on the baseline. Threw it away. Fears Madison Square Garden, you were going to play valuable minutes for the Oklahoma Sooners. He's in there right now. Fears the steal from behind on Williams, who wasn't ready. The freshman tried to attack, poked in for Lindenwood. He tosses into Markeith Browning III. Here's Bass, and Fears steals it behind the back. Fears, the kick out 3-ball. Elvis. Both teams will be in the bonus the rest of this one. Butrell stripped. Fears and Glenn Taylor Jr. And there's Fears.
Transition, we're not communicating and getting set on defense. And he finished with, if they post you up, you got to heat up the passer. Get your hands up high. Play with more aggression. He told them they weathered.
Big Blue Nation made the pilgrimage from Lexington to see Oweh and company win more than one game. They look
at those step-in threes off of an offensive rebound.
No, that's a bad pass there from Mason.
Push Robinson away from the floor. He'll step back and fire. No good. Contest.
Ole Miss is 3-0 this season when shooting 50% or more from the field and the three-point line. That miss by Morrell drops them below.
R.J. Melendez, the high post, now Murphy. Bonnell Harris off the screen, fires away on the three, and then a whistle and a foul underneath.
But he is wired to get downhill. Got to be there. Oh, you got lucky. Just can't dare Florida to shoot off that.
McLaughlin. Boy, he thought about launching another three. Gets it right back to Edwards. Hangs in the air, left it short. That rebound pulled down.
Anderson Garcia with the rebound, and he recycles. But shot clock didn't reset. Taylor off the mark, and
here's Johnell Davis to Wagner, attacking and blocked by Godwin, and kept it in play for. Billy Hammond the third drives, hangs. His shot no good. Jalen Moore snags it down.
Pringle on the inbounds. Back to right. He fires for three, and he's got it.
That's what Jacoby.
Mark hit a three a few moments ago. This time is short. Jalen Moore clears.
Never looked like.
See, again, the posts are looking to be passers, not scorers.
Here's Kane with that hook shot.
And more paired for you to drop on the American public.
Oklahoma, an outstanding free throw shooting team.
Hefner tangled up.
This guy as he's coming right at me again. Thanks a lot, fellas. Put me in that spot again.
17 for Fears, and there's a lane for Petway, and all of a sudden it's a layup competition.
And eventually sets up those three-point looks that Porter Moser loves his teams to take.
29 for Miles, 3 off his career high as Fegbemi drops her.
So we'll see how big that is. Here's Burnett to left. That's a pretty good look, and a foul on the play.
Not in my mind, and he's in the game for offensive purposes, but he's going to have to fight his tail off now defensively on the inside as well.
Townsend short. Anthony Del Orso, 6'6" junior in the game for Arizona, coming off a really, really good game. 21 points. Only played about 18 minutes in his career at Miami. And nick the iron by Joseph. Comes it.
Transferring to be a Sooner this year.
It was great against Stetson there tonight. 24 points.
That's an air ball, but right into the left.
About the first half, picked up those two. But that's going to happen, right? I mean, you're gonna have stretches or times that Jalen.
The guy that's a 44% career three-point shooter at multiple different places. And he is out with an ankle injury today. They have not yet had Jadon Jones. He's nursing a back injury.
Too much dribbling in, that ball deflected away by LeFew. Here comes Newell. Up and in. Yeah, it is so soft, isn't it, the rim?
Yeah, the ability of Asa Newell.
And here comes Georgia trying to tie it or with a three grab a lead. Kane all the way to the hoop.
Circus shot doesn't find the backboard.
And by Shedrick. Caden Shedrick may have saved the game for Texas. Pope, acrobatic finish. The lead down to 4.
See somebody, the way he shoots it from 3, you have to contest and get to him on the three-point line, but you can't let him drive like that too easy.
Warwick cashes in from
No. Cameron Matthews leads the break. It's 2-on-2 now, 2-on-3. Takes it himself, and Cameron Matthews draws the foul.
Scorer on the team, or second leading scorer at 15.2 a game.
You've got to stay in front of Fears, man. He can get to that rim.
There's one that drops. Long bomb for Will Rich. Wild shot that does draw iron, but Clayton Jr.'s got it. This feels like trouble for Oklahoma. No on the 3, and he hit the ground.
In transition, corner 3.
Another turnover. Fears gives it away. On the other end, Marquez Warwick. Largest lead.
Sight stripped. A takeaway for Tennessee. Meshack had the steal. Ziegler has the look. That's way off target.
There's a deflection, another steal for Broome. Baker Mazara spinning away, throws it up, and he'll get a trip to the free throw line.
Teammates, and now they're delivering. This is a great shooting team.
Some pressure. Fears chasing down Tanner. Forced him to go a little too strong off the glass. Magnon. Looked like it hit the back of the backboard. Tapped around here.
At 3 by Luke Northweather. He hits court. Richmond. Euro step rejected by Jalen Moore. And here come the Sooners back the other way. Wagner. Full steam ahead. Missed the drive.
Duke Mon. He just plays so hard. And he looks to pick up his teammates to play to his level.
Right with a little floater.
Texas utilized this in about 17 possessions against Tennessee this past weekend. Works here, Kaluma no. McGee the rebound.
Nice shot by Texas.
And another turnover. Quick hands. Here comes who else? Phelps leading the way. Phelps all the way. Tacks on to his career high.
Player that plays with so much maturity. He has great end-to-end speed, and he's surprisingly strong with his ability to make defenders bounce off of him.
Here comes Alabama looking to run. Phylon, jump off, gets it back. Corner 3 ball.
And that's what they owe. And Sears with the teardrop.
Fears lost that one going up. Phylon, 3 ball. And the long rebound, its punch comes here almost midway into the second half.
And it was a tough shot, you know, a high degree of difficulty. And there's the veteran taking it to the rookie as Sears and Fears having a look. Talk to this coaching staff, and they say Sam Godwin is sneaky athletic. Well, I tell you, there was nothing sneaky about that.
It was Phylon rising up on the other end. It looked like
he is in and out. That went halfway down. Here comes Bush reversing it. No. And that would go to the
there, but he did exactly what you want to do. Kept Fears in front, contested. It's actually really good defense.
Sometimes great offense beats good defense.
First made field goal since about 6 minutes for Oklahoma. And that's going to do it for the first half.
Same spot, and he lays that in with the left hand.
Forgotten art, moving without the basketball, and then he's found on the backside. He's got to be aware of moving without the ball.
Law will collect it. 6-point game. Del Orso flips it up for 2. He likes that shot. How good has he been?
4 years of transition. And you go through all of that, you're trying to put the right pieces together and establish a culture, which he has done. A 3-ball rims out for Evan Phelps. The finish not home. And Browning rebounds.
Browning has an extra gear.
And lots of extra shots.
He's not scared now.
Goes to the bench. Garrison was involved in some of the post-game excitement, if you will, as Owe misses one. He's an Oklahoma City kid, elected by Northweather. Owe with 5 on the shot clock. Backs his way in. Perry, 3. Fires. Short. Floor. Jeremiah Fears has a dozen. Carr. Chandler.
Great effort.
Close losses to LSU, Ole Miss, Kentucky, Texas, and they just keep coming back and showing up. Chandler, yes, sir, straight on. Good three for him.
Carr calls for it. Here's Chandler again. High arcing three. That's way off. Trapped in the corner. Fires it out. Garrison. Too strong. And Fears just lost. Demery, good entry. Newell's got some inches on Moore, but he's got to kick it. Demery fires. Got it.
Big time. I mean, Newell gets double teamed.
Told his team we haven't given up an offensive rebound since the beginning of the game. Keep that up.
That's a pretty good stat, Molly. Thank you. Kane from the baseline, no good. Newell.
A wild day in the SEC, as most weekends have been so far this season. Tremont Mark left open. Paluma racing to catch up.
See somebody, the way he shoots it from three, you have to contest and get to him on the three-point line, but you can't let him drive like that too easy.
Warwick cashes in from
making himself available for the slam.
Here's Brakefield stepping out. And Godwin with the board. Had shots, and Porter Moser immediately goes to his bench. They get him out of the game.
High degree of difficulty.
Davis knocks down a three.
Moser's asking for a foul, saying he might have been hit on the arm.
This is Padula off the mark, and a good board by Goodine.
Goodine lost the rebound. Noah grabs it away. Perry left open. Buries the three.
Beautiful find by Trent Noah and
Oklahoma. Loyola Chicago before this. What a run he had there, including a trip to the Final Four in 2018. R.J. Melendez, corner three won't go. And a foul picked up by Elvis. Sean Jones Jr., ball fake, drives and kicks. Three on the way. This one's short for Kugel. Down on the other end of the floor. So 5-on-4 Mississippi State right now on the offensive end. Sean Jones Jr. left alone for three. And now they blow the whistle to stop it. Kugel cut off into the corner. Claudell Harris for three. No. Cameron Matthews with a rebound. Hubbard open up top. His three won't go. Kugel tip.
And 5 of their first 6 shots have been three-point field goal attempts. And here's another one. And another one that drops. That's Walter Clayton this game. He had a couple of points in his debut. As Houck will fire a three from straight on, no good. Hamlockton kept it alive. And Udon tonight, he was kind of walking around with sneakers on during the shoot-around today and shooting the basketballs. Martin gets another chance, too strong. No good, and Houck volleyballed it back out. Aberdeen, good pass to Klafschar. Good result. Man, he could start
here in Norman. Oklahoma has led for much of this first half. Mike Williams has a good look. Can't convert, and so they're now 3 out of 10.
Big time shot.
Less than a minute to go. Carter on the attack again. Back out, 3 in the air. Gibbons left it short. Fears has it.
Question, the transfer from Duke has been an exceptional force down low. Robinson hit on the three by Fears. He'll go to the...
Also, like, adrenaline, man. This is a battle right now. If your adrenaline picks up, you roll.
Lanier rattles in at three. Chaz Lanier's second.
You can compete anywhere.
Meshack drops it off. Lanier, Gainey, three. It's good. 8 straight makes. So could be first team all conference this year. Great back cut, and Lanier couldn't finish. Saves it to Ziegler for three, and it's good. 6 for again. Meshack lobs it for Okpara. Back to Ziegler, 6 to shoot. Meshack is open. And Meshack misses a three, which is into the hand.
Magnon. Looked like it hit the back of the backboard. Tapped around here.
For us to be sitting right here. What a show he's put on.
Collins fouled on the three by Fears.
Basky kicks it out. Zurich Phelps. 3! That's the second make from deep of the game.
Adu kicks it out to the corner. Davis misses that three. Rebound, Duke.
Lunch. Hit 9 of 11 from behind the arc against the Aggies. Right. Gets his own miss. And some
things been going after the officials on little things when you lose a lot of close ball games.
Davis off the front of the rim and a foul under
this series. Last 5 in Norman. Skip pass in the corner. Triple is going to be drained by Mark. So Tremont Mark.
Can that be a bit of an issue so far tonight?
Watch out. With a ball rotation, Mark left wide open, and that's a triple from the corner.
The 24-year-old senior out of the Dominican Republic. 3 ball from the corner, no. Nice box out on the other.
Sears shakes his defender. He finds Philon open from 3. Knocks it down.
That's excellent basketball. Numbers coming down in transition.
Philon thought about it instead. They decide to run the offense. Youngblood hits the 3. Nate Oates says that. Oates has really challenged him here in his final season. A deep one there. He said those are the kind of shots when you take bad shots.
Didn't look like he had any space right there, and then all of a sudden he's free.
That 3 down by Jordan Tillman. His 13th into the hands of Petway if they can. Actually getting him a little breather right now, and it won't matter.
Right there, but he did exactly what you want to do. Kept Fears in front, contested. It's actually really good defense.
Sometimes great offense beats good defense. It's 5 Oklahoma turnovers. They run Fox off the 3-point line, but Taylor will squeeze one off and drill it. 18-point advantage for the Sooners. Largest lead has been 19. They get Fox open for a 3 with Fears running at him. He shoots an air ball.
Just did. Showing zone again.
Donaldson lines up a 3. Short. The high rebound is Stratton. First made field goal since about 6 minutes for Oklahoma. And that's going to do it for the first half. I can hit a 3-pointer as well. Here's Jones. Trying to make a move on Forsythe. Dale Jr. again. It's starting to cool off a little bit.
Inside the 3-point line. Sooners missed the front end for the 2nd straight time. Avery 3.
Well, there's no way they're getting back in the top conferences. Wave their flag. We're the best. And there's a lot of debate usually. I don't think there's much debate so far this season.
He's been great. 47% from long range on the year coming into tonight.
3 ball by Williams is in there. And Alcorn State back on.
Oklahoma forces a turnover.
Good perimeter passing. They find Terry. Gets the 3 plus the foul.
Getting to the rim. Just let the offense come to him. Just stay aggressive. This is Georgia Tech basketball here. That middle ball screen there. You rotate over. They spray it to the corner for 3.
Veloso trying to dump it downstairs. Walking kicks it for Bryant. He'll launch it. Came off the hand in good shape. Generally live with those turnovers, but he is exciting to watch. Love, a quick strike. Hits it. He knocks back a 3.
The guys like Rick Barnes and his guys compete.
The kick out for Floyd Jr. and a little bit too strong. And
he saw it differently than probably anyone else. You're exactly right.
Long range and swished in. Nice touch by Floyd. The same defensive
No,
group
it's not.
in a big way. So they have some work to do. PC looking for the strike, and on the wing, that's going to be knocked down by
Richard for a pick and pop specialist.
Joseph. What a quick step. Got into the paint for the kick. Barron's open again for a triple. And Elvis will snatch the rebound.
From a blown out ACL, a lot of reports that he was going to be in this tournament at some point. He still might. Corner jumper by Pierre won't fall.
At East Carolina, but Jared Von Rosenberg's brought in a bunch of junior college transfers, and he's hoping they can mesh quickly. This 3 by Abdul Mateen is no good, and Jalen Moore with a quick rear, which he has done. The 3 ball rims out for Evan Phelps. A reset here. Josh Taylor grabbed it. Another by Phelps. That one's good.
Yeah, great ball movement right there out the off.
This is Evan Phelps. Guy that Jervon Rosenberg said made the most progress of anybody on the roster over the summer. And Thomas. 5 to shoot. Scooter Williams Jr. tried to back Moore down to no success. And a 3 by Phelps is good out of the corner. Late. 5 to shoot for the Lions. Phelps will have to either get one away or it's going to be a shot clock violation, and Fears impacted that one. Did hit the Thomas. Fredson Cole picked him up. Good rotation by Forsythe that time. Williams launches a long 3. And Fredson Cole picks it away for the Sooners. He can cut it down to single digits with a make on this trip. Williams 3. And that's the 3rd time they've had a chance to get 20 to play in the first half. Sanka curls, but cut off. Quick 3 by Wood out of the corner, no. Fredson Cole the rebound. The Hatters are.
It's just a reminder. I mean, there's a time and place. You got to read tempo when to take those type of shots.
Wood strokes that one from the right wing. Under a minute left in the opening half. Northwestern State has led for a good deal of it. They've had a lead of 5, which is the largest by either team tonight. And they just get a 3.5 to play. Thomas launches again.
Kobe Brea. Williams wanted it down low, and look at the height advantage she has. Fast ball movement. Brea the floater. And boy, they haven't missed a shot. 4 for 4. Picks it up. Oweh sees the lane. Missed the left hand. And here comes Georgia trying to tie it, or with a 3 grab a lead. Kane all the way to the hoop. Circus shot, doesn't find the backboard. Takes a peek at the shot clock. It's at 5. We'll find Brakefield has to get one off with 1 on the shot clock. And the long rebound
on Oklahoma. So from here on out, Mississippi State will shoot free throws. Bulldogs have committed 8. Keyshawn Murphy downhill with authority.
Oklahoma. Yeah. A loss may not hurt him. A win would be monumental.
Yeah, no doubt.
Martin, he penetrates, and that's a soft kiss. They've missed that when he was out. Get about Fears' game. Plowshare's feeling the offensive thing tonight. He had that one roll out. He just missed a 3.
Bounce pass to Miller. This is Victorious Miller. So the freshman's Miller going to work there. And Victorious is a bit more aggressive look. You need it to move. Bailey, the blow by Jai Bailey draws the foul. Got whacked in the face, but he's headed to the.
Oklahoma, man-to-man defense as Robinson probes the baseline, hangs, fires, and hits it high up the window and in. That's a good.
Tennessee won that game 55-49. I'm sure Rick Barnes would love that score. Igor Milicic has the first shot, and off a 21-point performance.
Nushalik in the game for Auburn. As Howard, he's going to use these minutes to get up another one. 2 minutes to play.
Here's Tanner. Back to Hogarth. Tough shot. Oh my goodness, falling out of.
Manny Obaseki hit a game-winning 3. There's Obaseki from the wing, lets it fly. Air ball tipped around by Coleman, but cleared by Oger.
He can certainly create some shots, though.
Got to the rim there, but overshot it.
Major sense of urgency for both of these teams. You'll see it from the very beginning. And DJ Wagner uses the left hand and kisses it off the glass. He's got it now. Gives it to Davis. Here's Billy Richmond III. That left hand. Shot's no good. Rebound Glenn.
Did by Kobe Elvis. Now it's off to the youngster. Arden Conyers. He is fouled, hits the deck on that baseline. Pringle. Davis. And a reach-in foul. That's going to go against.
How about trust with his teammates? That was on display with that last dime moments ago. This time he'll shoot it. Fears a rebound.
I think Fierce there. He said those are the kind of shots. When you take bad shots, I want to improve your shot selection. This one closer in the ring. Lane off the mark. And Morey 3 sets. Youngblood might have walked with it. Now gets to the cup and off the window.
I like that. That's a beautiful move.
Extra passing. Nelson thought about it. On the deck. Bump. No call. But he gets it to go.
That is out. Under 3 to play in the first half. Panthers hanging around in this one within 8. Finding a seam. Petway crashes into Godwin.
Wow.
Circus act. High off the glass and in.
About that. To get back to playing with that energy. I bet you he has a better half.
4 different Panthers have at least 2 fouls. Very methodical on offense, the Panthers so far today. Petway splits a double team. Fears rebounds the air ball. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but if you just look at Oklahoma's schedule, they would have 16 conference games that are quad 1 games.
You're going to eventually end up with a good look.
Lead is 17 for the Sooners. That was a tough one by Tillman. Tillman gets it back.
And the crowd is certainly with Carolina. That's a road win. It's supposed to be a neutral site, but that's a road win for Florida. Tough move again by Donaldson. Everything he's done.
But this could be a quality team this season.
15. Sounds silly now. Donaldson off the fake. Gets himself wide open. Got it.
The third triple.
Wolf. The kick out. Gale Jr. on the drive, knowing a foul.
Yeah, that's what Michigan has been successful at, and that was a mature
Jump stop, hits Godine and Moore, pivots back. Brantley this time. And Oklahoma State is getting some paint.
Shot clock at 5 again. Tankersley splits a double team but can't finish it. And the Sooners have a chance. Side. This is Deljavian Harry got himself into no.
Terry, mid-range jumper, short. Rebound goes to Fears. Oh!
Second effort now for the Bills. Hepburn trying to get inside their paint. Lost his balance, banked it into the programs. Here zips it here, Cardet Jr. going in heavy traffic. They're letting him play early here because of that NIL. Good ball movement here, back into the corner for Mila. Shot clock down to 10. He lets fly and hits a big triple. They made the air on the dribble. Cardet Jr. wants to penetrate. Nice leaner for 2. He's just too big for Fears that time.
19 from 3-point range. Working his way down the paint goes James. And Fredson Cole has the rebound for the Sooners. End of 1-1. And the loose ball scramble goes to Cameron James. Sidestep 3, Abdul Mateen, not this time. And Taylor with another. It's the Sooners, neither team in the bonus with under 5 to play in the half. Marquise Browning slashes and scores.
Straight line drive with the left hand. He is a.
Since then. Butrell finds the baseline and kisses that one off the window and in.
That was a nice move trying to get. Sometimes the team will give it to you.
Both teams will be in the bonus the rest of this one. Butrell stripped.
Chandler pulls up, 2-point shot, a little short. Carr had it, and they couldn't. Owe against the freshman, gets a screen from Garrison. Rises wildly. Almanor's there to clean up the mess. So Demery on the bench, and we'll keep an eye on where the score goes in the last few minutes with him there. Difficult fadeaway. Kane too short.
Good job. Take that 8 days a week, right? I mean, it's it. They just got to play the right way at both ends. That's it.
Up high to cash in goes Tony Perkins.
That you are connected and moving the ball around and rotating defensively. And when they're doing that, they're elite.
Murray with that push shot off the mark. A team rebound for Oklahoma.
Trying to throw off, get a possession by Ole Miss that makes them out of sorts.
Morrell. He knows what to do. He finishes in close.
Scorer on the team, or second leading scorer at 15.2 a game.
You've got to stay in front of Fears, man. He can get to that rim.
There's one that drops. Long bomb for Will Richard.
For both teams. LSU's looking for its second win. They've lost 7 in a row. They're dying for an SEC win. Carter, wild layup, rebounded down to Moore. For Oklahoma.
You're going to be called by a lot of coaches and a lot of schools out there, but Mizzou is for you.
Opportunity for the Commodores. Nickel will swing it around to Jason Edwards, 17 points a game.
And Nickel and Edwards have both had hot hands coming into this game, and Edwards with one of the quickest releases.
Tyler Tanner with 1 assist today.
Wow,
takes it all the way to the rim. Oh, my goodness. Tyler.
Wagner, full steam ahead. Missed the drive. Duke Mont
early. A lot of that has to do with Thomas not being in the game.
Here's Scott. Little room. Floater and in and out. More coming advantage. Kobe Wright has a 3 here in the first half. Now looking for a 2. Left it short. Colin Murray Boyles able to.
Pope. Right past Fears and connects.
This here in this first half. Lawrence, hesitation, dribble off 2 feet, had it blocked. Miles.
Deep. He plays with such great tempo. He can get to the rack.
J.P. Ricks with the pull up and pop. And the Sooners can transition as he did there. That stops a 7.5-minute field goal drought. Stops it with an exclamation.
They're anywhere in the vicinity of the rim and he'll go get it. That was just such a smooth play. Looked like a couple of guys that have played together for years right there on the connection of.
Shot clock is under 10 as Williams pulls up and drains another one.
He is playing
one.
Eye screen, George, elbow jumper. And Georgia Tech is just getting any shot they want to.
Australia. Main's a good name for a guy who makes 42% from three-point territory. Hepburn on the drive, but no. Scott with the finish on the stuff. The
Porter Moser thought he's out of bounds.
So Louisville with an opportunity to take the lead. Chucky a little bit too strong. Hadley with a big rebound.
Run for Oklahoma. And a scoring drought approaching 4 minutes for East Texas A&M. Maybe it changes, and it does as Williams rises and fires. Brother Zurich was an all-conference guard at SMU a season ago. There's Thomas gaining penetration and finds the window for 2. Him on this team for Porter Moser as well, Brendan. You got all these new pieces. Who's going to be the voice? And he's certainly been one of them. Gross off the mark there. Wagee steps in to grab the 40 seconds left in this one. Sooners now 20 assists on 33 made buckets today. Ellison found enough to get to the rim. Some speed.
We have the transfer portal. You know, in junior college, with 2 years, guys, right? You're constantly shuffling your lineups each and every year.
Jalen Moore rebounds right in his hip pocket. 10 to shoot. Sanders found a little space, had to fall away because Wagee was in there as a shot blocker. But only 10 to shoot here. Shot clock never reset for Lindenwood. Beautiful split of the double team that time. Bass, and he's pounded down to the floor.
Nwoko gives it off to Kugel. 3 short. And the rebound goes to Kugel, dumps it off. Matthews has it stripped, but it will stay on this end of the floor for Mississippi.
Nothing there. And a block by Fears. Out of bounds. It'll remain Missouri back.
Shot clock at 9. LeFew one-on-one against Fears. Nice job moving his feet. Hand in the face. Look at the D by Fears. But a foul late in the shot.
Sears. When he gets going, it's tough, but Fears at 6'4" has that length to come over for the.
Down to 7 again. Under 9. Donaldson, yeah, they do collapse on him, and it's Taylor who comes away with it. Oklahoma to
Butler spinning in traffic. That's a near turnover, and he ripped it right back. Carr with a flush. With a hamstring to the Butler team.
Yeah, he's been a little streaky with that shot.
Butler backdoor, pretty cut. No, he can't convert.
Man, great cut, great pass.
Away with 10 on the shot clock. Really good defense by the Sooners, and that's a turnover.
Toe at Oregon State, Pope and Taylor. Kent fumbles it, gets it back in the reverse.
Chad, I'm not worried about Mizzou offensively. I mean, nobody should be. Whoever they have out there, they will score enough points.
Nwoko gives it off to Kugel. 3 short. And the rebound goes to Kugel, dumps it off. Matthews has it stripped, but it will stay on this end. Nwoko had a big start to the second half. Gets it off to Kugel. Kugel had it blocked. Kept alive.
Gives it off to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to bully his way inside. Backdoor baseline cut by Grill. A fade and fire. That misses, and good eye on a box out for Oklahoma.
Much bigger player, very skilled big.
Not like I would choose to be hurt or anything.
Sure. But it happens. Ziegler tries to hand it off. Godine got a hand in the passing lane.
8.
Nice pass from Boone to Cardwell. That's how you end the drought.
Such a winning.
Has forced 5 Oklahoma turnovers. So they have not scored any points off those turnovers. Fears. His little
Ruma nearly traveled. Johnson's been held in check in the second half. And a steal.
Kane, the backdoor cut, and a nice find from R.J. Godfrey.
The backdoor dive there. Evagaro scrapes it up and lays it in.
There's that spacing.
With it. Lost it. Got it back. Finds the cutter. Gale Jr. in the lane for 2. And a
9-14. Double on the inbounds. Shot off the mark from Chichi Ave.
Getting there a ton.
Yeah, and in the last 3 games, he's averaged 21 points. And he hasn't shot it bad, but he hadn't shot it great like he was earlier in the year.
Terry will use the screen, picking up his dribble. Now they go inside to Dongo. Double teamed, and he gives it away.
You cannot spin move against this Louisville team. They are too strong and too tough in those gaps.
Pryor on the attack, knocked away, and a quick view.
He's Texas A&M. One more game on this extended road trip at Stonehill. They'll play Purdue Fort Wayne at home on the 30th. Just there, see through that one. McGregor picks it up. Taylor stripped it. Oklahoma extending the defense, but it leaves a wide open Tristan Gross on the backside. Godwin rebounds. McGregor backdoor for the Deuce.
Yeah.
Porter Moser,
absolutely.
He also has not been enjoying away from behind. Getting a hand in the back was Willie Williams. Patterson weaving and turned it over. Fears seasons at Troy as well. And now at Oklahoma. Backside, a wide open dunk for Willie Williams. What a great close to the season Dayton Forsyth is having. Grill lines another one up from up high. He answered.
What's that? Trying to spot Carr in.
He's an older kid that has seen it all in terms of how to score in this league.
Martin's having a great night shooting. They left him wide open, and Florida. Alex Condon, who is out, is sitting on the bench. He's got a boot on tonight. He was kind of walking around with sneakers on during the shoot-around today and shooting the basket.
Not sure what that was.
have been whistled for 6 fouls in this second half.
That's what that dribble penetration will do to you.
So Basicki with the penetration and the finish this time for number 3.
He's on people. He's got to control that a little bit.
Open in the corner, Tyron Lawrence, bang, bang. And we are all tied at 30.
And we talked to another coach, number of coaches about this already. You have to have amnesia. Yes. It's like a defensive back that gets burnt for a touchdown. You got engaged. He's coaching up his teammates. He certainly wants his squad to pull one out without him on the floor.
Talk to this coaching staff and they say Sam Godwin is sneaky athletic. Well, I tell you, there's nothing sneaky about that.
Phylon rising up on the other end. It looked like
Bush and Tillman out at the guard spot. Tillman couldn't get one off.
And I say that both Sam Godwin and Jalen Moore in foul trouble today, they can't get in foul trouble in SEC play. I mean, Porter Moser needs to have
all the way to the rim unresisted is bad defense. Jennings with a handoff to Thompson. Lost the handle, and then Newman. The fit in the SEC, and that's a tough question. Obviously, you obviously got to start with Tennessee, Auburn, and Kentucky, and then they're in that next group.
Sooners by 5, which is their largest lead.
And a whistle. Porter Moser late in the recruiting circle. He was one of the best young guards in the country. Hepburn over the top, picked off by Fear. Just a hard-nosed, tough, blue-collar guy in that Sooner red uniform. And a senior, he's outstanding on the offensive glass in particular. They battle away in the back.